This will turn journalism on its ear.
Broadcasting from the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio, it's time for Patchin and Lukens.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate you being here. Hey, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Yep.
Yep. Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Other than that song,
Getting down on Friday.
this is the best Friday of the year.
The Friday after Labor Day weekend?
High school football tonight, college
Okay.
football tomorrow, NFL football on Sunday. We're
Okay.
all back in a right place.
All right, yeah. It's also, are Fridays a bigger deal during the school year? I mean, I think maybe, population-wide, certainly they are. But even to me, it seems like Fridays are a bigger, I haven't gone to school in years. Fridays are a bigger deal during the school year than not.
Is that because you and I worked for such a long time
Maybe.
in covering
High school sports?
high school sports
Yeah.
and football, and that meant basketball?
Yeah, but also, when my kids were old enough, that they were, doing social things, school-related social things, that, Fridays were busy. We were taking them here, picking them up there. Fridays were very active.
Well, but yeah, because during the school year, Friday is Friday. During the summer, every day is Friday.
Yeah, exactly. So I think even if you don't go to school, Fridays are bigger during the school year.
I agree with that.
Maybe not necessarily better, but bigger. There's more happening.
Well, it's a condensed time.
Yeah.
Because you're not letting your kids do what you let them do on Friday on Wednesday night.
Absolutely.
You got homework, you got to go to bed. You got chores to do.
Some people have those rules. We had those rules.
We had those rules. That's my kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell you the number of times that on Friday nights. Certainly after I was done covering high school football, that I was down picking my kids up at Albee Stadium on Friday nights, and I'm out there like, "Where are you? We said to meet right here."
I don't. Well, my two boys played, so I never had the bus pick them up if they were there. And I don't remember my daughter because I was still covering stuff. So I was actually shooting high school sports on Friday until all my kids got out of high school.
One of my daughters is a sports fan, and the other's not so much. And
don't hold that against her.
No, I don't. She's just a different person. And so, but she went to all the games. She was a cheerleader too.
Well, she kind of that's in your day and my day. That was if you told your parents you were going to the game, have a great time.
Yeah,
See you when you get home.
Yeah.
If you told your parents you were hanging out at your buddy's house, the hell you are.
No, yeah. But so I would take her down. We'd drop them off down at the game, or some other parents would drop them off at the game, and I'd go to pick them up, and I'd say, this is before she was a cheerleader as a junior and senior, so freshman, sophomore, and I'd say, "How'd the game go?" And I don't know. Do you remember who you were playing tonight? No.
But
come on.
But that's you allow them to go to a high school event, and that doesn't mean they're going to enjoy the event.
It was just one big social time, is all it was. And she was in. She went to North Central, and she was, for some reason, had become very chummy with Meade kids. And that's better than, if you're North Central, that's better than becoming chummy with Shadle Park kids.
Which is interesting because some of the North Central kids go to elementary and junior high with the Shadle kids.
Right.
That's a weird deal.
No, she became good friends with a bunch of Meade kids, so she would go to NC games and Meade games.
Of course, because you let her go to whatever high school game. If she said, "I'm just going to Meade to hang out with it," you wouldn't have let her do it. She's smarter than that. She knows what's going on. I mean, but if she hangs out with Meade kids, then you're hanging out with guys like Steve.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
What? That's poor parenting on your part, Rick. We got a bunch of stuff to do today. Eastern Washington University making the announcement today that they are going to go through a $25 million renovation of the football stadium. Plans were unveiled today. Lynn Hickey will join us at the bottom of the hour, the athletic director, to talk about this. In essence, basically what they're going to do is they're going to take the track out and move the field closer to the one side and then put up a brand new stadium on the visitor side.
Yeah.
And get rid of all of those temporary seats.
Well, basically, except for on the grandstand, the eastern side under the press box, everything else is temporary seating. It's non-permanent seating.
Yeah. Both end zones
and
the visitor side.
And the visitor side.
Yeah, nope, they're getting rid of that. We'll talk to Lynn coming up at 3:30.
Well, but I mean, I got questions because it looks like they're doing some really interesting things here.
There's the release. I handed it to you. Also coming up at 4 o'clock today, Bob Condotta from the Seattle Times. The Seahawks open up the season Sunday at home against the Bengals. We'll talk to Bob, who has been incredibly busy over the last few weeks with all the roster moves and everything going on. He will join us. We also have a boatload of things to give away. Steve the Wingman's going to be very busy today. It's another edition of Steve the Wingman's Buy or Sell. He'll have that. We have family fair packs to give away. We have our final pair of Foreigner tickets at the fair to give away. We have all of that. Plus we have Mariner White Sox tickets to give away. A couple of different ways you can win this. One, we'll ask for caller 10. We'll do that the first time here. First time we open up the ticket window, Steve will give you a couple of tickets to see the Mariners and the White Sox on the 14th. It's Ichiro Celebration Night. It's a limited bobblehead. Here's the other thing is, and we just put this up on the Field Pass today. This is something we've never done before. We've never done this. Your opportunity to win 4 tickets to see the Mariners and the White Sox on the 14th and the 15th. We always give away 2 tickets, and we always hear from families saying, hey, how about you guys give away a few more tickets so a family of 4 can go? Well, we finally decided to do it, and it's on the Field Pass right now. It'll cost you 1,000 points. There's only one of those available. It's a 4-pack of tickets to see the Mariners and the White Sox on the 14th. It's a 4-pack of tickets to see the Mariners on the 15th. That's Ichiro bobblehead night on the 14th, and then on the Sunday afternoon. And there's 4 tickets to each game.
Sunday afternoon is Salute to American Baseball Day.
There you go.
Latin American baseball.
So you can go take your family. You can go 2 couples. You can go 4 guys. You can go 4 gals. You can whatever you want to do. It's 4 tickets to Saturday, 4 tickets to Sunday, and you only have a handful of days to do this. We're gonna pull those tickets midway next week. So don't miss out, and you can enter as many times as you want. And you know what? Because we got that great new contest on here, and we may not have people who's part of the Field Pass, Rick.
Yeah.
And they want to enter. Well, you know what? With 1,000 points to enter, I'm going to give you the word of the day right now. You can go to the Field Pass at 700 ESPN, sign up, and because you have the word of the day, the word of the day today is Gamecocks. Gamecocks is the word of the day. You can go to 700 ESPN, and if you want to do this, 4 tickets, both Saturday and Sunday, 14th and 15th, you can enter 50 times because we're going to give you 50,000 bonus points.
Why is Gamecocks the word of the day?
I don't know. I think I ran out of words. The last day.
You just pick a mascot? Is that what it was?
I think it was. I don't. Okay.
You could have been Bearcats then.
It could have been. It could have been. I don't know.
Catamounts.
It was at the end of 3 months. I did 3 months worth of words, and I can't remember that far back why I picked that.
Our salute to the state of South Carolina
continues here on Patchin and Lukens Gamecocks. I have no idea why I did that.
In honor of Jadeveon Clowney.
Maybe I knew something.
Yeah.
I've done that before. No, I have no idea. And I got to get Steve a new list because we're out of words of the day starting Monday.
Okay.
So Steve's going to get some new words of the day. All right. Gamecocks is the word of the day. 50,000 bonus points, and you can use them for whatever you want to enter on that. All right.
Well, I wonder if you think, because Eastern's playing Jacksonville State, is it next week?
Next weekend.
And they're the Gamecocks.
Oh.
So
Jacksonville State is the Gamecocks?
Well, that's what the internet's telling me, but I don't know how much I trust it.
I don't believe that was because I don't.
Obviously, he didn't know that.
I'm just trying to come up with why you may have, and my only guess is that Eastern's playing Jacksonville State and they're the Gamecocks next.
Yeah,
week.
but I would have used that next week.
Well, again, you had just gotten done coming up with 90 words or whatever, and so
that was about
your brain was
50.
probably slightly scrambled, and
Yeah.
so you just missed a week.
I don't know. All right. We're going to do a college picks of the week, NFL picks of the week as well. You guys want to get the college picks out of the way? We got a segment coming up here before Lynn Hickey joins us. All right, we'll do that coming up next. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brew Coors Light studio. We'll give you our college picks, week 2 of the college football season. We'll do that next. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
The ticket window is now open.
This is your Coors Light Eagle Minute, a look at Eastern Washington University athletics. I'm Larry Ware. The football team plays their home opener tomorrow on Roos Field against the Lindenwood Lions, an NCAA Division II school from Missouri. The Lions return 2 dynamic players on offense in quarterback Cade Brister and receiver Eric Henneman. Eagle coach Aaron Best.
He is what makes them go, along with their tight end / hybrid wide receiver. Those guys make this system on offense go. They will get in a lot of different formations, not exotic, but different formations.
Kickoff tomorrow is set for 1, and our pregame coverage starts at noon here on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM. The volleyball team is in action right now in a tournament in Des Moines, Iowa, taking on Drake, the home team in the tourney. Earlier today, the Eagles beat Milwaukee in 5 sets to even their record at 2-2. Alicia Straw from Freeman High School and the Community College of Spokane had 15 kills and 18 digs to lead Eastern. That's your Eagle Minute, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Hey plumbers, business is booming and Bulldog Rooter and Plumbing is adding additional crews. If you're an experienced journeyman plumber and want to work with an award-winning team, call Bulldog Rooter and Plumbing. Competitive and negotiable wages and schedule, moving expenses and signing bonuses of thousands of dollars depending on experience. Company paid medical just after the first 60 days, vacation, and a generous PTO package. If you're an experienced journeyman plumber, call the Dog at 509-535-3447, an equal opportunity employer. These openings won't last long. Call 509-535-3447 or online at bulldogrooter.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/score. That's ZipRecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter.com/score.
Pack up your sunscreen and grab your flip-flops because September is our $30,000 Let's Party Beaches giveaway at Coeur d'Alene Casino. Win one of 5 travel, cash, and EPC prize packages valued at up to $5,000 each, plus 15 more EPC and cash prizes. So come and play with your Core Rewards card and earn entries now through the prize giveaway on September 21st. It's the Let's Party Beaches giveaway, only at Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Log on to 700ESPN.com and enter to win tickets to this summer's hottest concerts and comedy shows at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. With over 5,000 seats, there's not a bad seat in the house.
It's a busy home football weekend. I've got us Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. 22nd ranked Washington State will look to go to 2-0, hosting Northern Colorado. Kickoff is at 2. Late kickoff in Seattle. 14th ranked Washington will host Cal in the Pac-12 opener. It kicks at 7:30. Eastern Washington is at home for the first time, hosting Division II Lindenwood. Coverage starts at noon. Kickoff is at 1 right here. Idaho at home hosting Division II Central Washington. Kickoff in the Kibbe Dome is at 6. The Seahawks will open up the season Sunday, 1 o'clock kickoff with the Cincinnati Bengals. Our first GSL game of the year, Coeur d'Alene at Gonzaga Prep. Coverage starts tonight at 6:30. Spokane Indians stay alive, 5-1 winners over Tri-City last night. third and deciding game of the playoff series in Pasco tonight at 7. Mariners blow a 7-run lead, lose to Houston last night, 11-9. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Zero res carpet cleaning, zero res tile and grout cleaning, zero res duct cleaning. Zero res cleans. That's basically the moral of this story right now. Zero res cleans and cleans better than anybody can in your home. And when you're talking, when you do your own cleaning, fine. You're great. You know where the dirt is. You know how to go and get it. But a lot of times you don't know where the dirt is, or you know that it's there, but you don't know how to go and get it. And that's where Zero Res comes in, cleaning carpeting using the patented powered water technique, injecting that powered water, it's just H2O, into your carpeting, pulling out all of the dust, the dirt, the allergens, the grit, everything that's settled down in there, suctioning it all out along with the water that they used, and it's only water, and leaving just a little bit of that water behind. What they don't suction out is going to dry within a matter of hours. And you're going to have a carpet that's truly clean, because when the other guys use soap, they're leaving a sticky, dirt-attracting residue in your carpet. First of all, that's not clean. And second of all, it's going to make your carpet get dirty faster. That's what Zero Res does, and that's why you don't see the Zero Res people back in your home nearly as frequently, because they do the job right. And the same goes for their duct cleaning, where they don't put a suction hose down each vent of your home, pulling things up and out. No, they suction from down below. It's called a negative air system, and they pull everything down to one central point in your HVAC system, loosening from above with air, and you've got a very, very clean duct system that you're good 2 to 3 years with that great cleaning. Find out that what Zero Res can do to make your home cleaner and healthier, not for the short term, but for the long haul. Give them a call at 92 Clean. That carpet cleaning is $44 a room, minimums apply. And the vent cleaning, you're going to get 2 vents cleaned for free when you book a whole home vent cleaning. Just tell them Rick Lukens told you to call when you call 92 Clean. That's 92 Clean, or book online at ZeroResSpokane.com. Zero Res carpets and air ducts, the right way to clean.
The show. Tell Patchin and Lukens what you think. The email address is areyoukkiddingme@700ESPN.com.
700 ESPN 105.3 FM. Patchin and Lukens in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Travis McNamee is the first winner today. He's picked himself up a pair of tickets to see the Mariners and the White Sox on Saturday the 14th. It's Ichiro Celebration Night. Get a limited edition bobblehead. If you're going to the game with our tickets or even with your own, any night you go to a bobblehead night, you got to get there early, because sometimes they run out. They just don't always have enough, so you don't want to go to a bobblehead night and not get one. All right, so thank you, Travis, for listening. Next time Steve opens the ticket window, we'll have a family fair pack to the Spokane Interstate Fair that kicks off today. Today is the first day of the fair, and you will receive admission tickets. You will also receive ride tickets, and you will receive vouchers for food coupons. So it's the Family Fair Pack from the Spokane Interstate Fair. Caller 10 when Steve opens the ticket window next time at 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Lynn Hickey coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll talk about the announcement today at Eastern Washington. They're going to redo their football stadium. But before we do that, this segment of the show, we've got our college picks of the week. Last week, we started with 3 games. We pick 3 games every week with the point spread. And we always ask the question, Steve, how we doing?
Thanks for asking, Dennis. College Picks of the Week.
Last week in the college picks, Dennis Patchin and Rick Lukens were 2-1.
I'll take that.
Steve the Wingman once again got screwed by the Washington State Cougars and their dopey half point over the over. So I was 1-2, and the stupid Oregon Ducks that suck and can't score any points at the end of the game. So I was 1-2.
How'd that happen? Because they've got the greatest quarterback in the history of creation. In the history of quarterback, they've got the greatest quarterback ever. And he couldn't put any points on the board second half of the game. Okay, I was just wondering.
Nobody said he's the greatest quarterback in the history of creation.
Man, first round
No.
NFL, number one, first quarterback taken in this coming draft.
No one has said that. Everybody's got Alabama's Tui to number one.
Yeah.
So would you quit making crap up? God. You're not going to be able to talk about Oregon anymore if you can't handle it.
I was watching that game on Saturday, and I announced to everybody I was watching with, I was saying, I'm going to say right now, we kind of need for Oregon to win. The Pac-12 needs for Oregon to win.
Well, that's not a false statement.
Yeah, the Pac-12 needs for Oregon to win. And when Auburn scored that late touchdown that not only gave them the win but put them over the spread, I was on my feet with my arms in the air. That was just
waving
awesome.
them around like you just don't care.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, Steve. I was.
Right. So we'll give you this week's picks, and since he's one of the leaders and he hates Oregon as much as he does, and he professes to be right about that, it's Rick Lukens with his picks.
Thank you. Thank you,
get
Dennis.
to go first today.
I'd love to go first. Thank you. I just want a quick review, Steve. What did I pick on that Oregon-Auburn game? You have it. If you don't have it,
I've got it right here.
Okay.
Auburn -3.5.
I picked Auburn laying 3.5, and I won that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Okay.
All right.
Really? You know what? You may not get pick any this time. You're just going to go, write him down for 3 losses, Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right. I'm taking the Cougars and laying the 36.5 points against Northern Colorado. The Cougars will put up 50 in this game. I mean, they'll easily. They might put up 50 before the fourth quarter.
I think they might put up 50 before halftime.
That's pushing it a little bit, but okay. But seriously, Northern Colorado, they might get a gimmicky or gift touchdown at the end of the game or something.
Well, I will tell you, the Cougars were pissed that they didn't allow the shutout last week. So look for the Cougars to shut this team out.
Okay, all right, maybe. I saw this one and I couldn't believe it. Even though both starting quarterbacks are out in this game, USC is hosting Stanford, and Stanford's getting 3 points. I'm sorry. USC is horrible. And now that you take JT Daniels out at quarterback, they're horribler. They're not good. Now, yeah, I mean, Stanford is without a veteran in KJ Costello at quarterback. And I at first I was thinking maybe he was going to play in this game, but it looks like he's not.
Right.
He's not going to play. USC struggled to beat Fresno last week. Whereas, Stanford took on a decent Big Ten school in Northwestern. They were able to pull out the win. I'm sorry. Stanford getting 3 at USC, I'm not passing on that. Go Cardinal. And then this one just popped off the page at me. I don't know why. Michigan State is traditionally overrated. They're another one of those Oregon-type schools that I think gets rated too high at the beginning of a season. But they're only laying 16 against Western Michigan. That just doesn't seem like enough. So I'm going to take the Michigan State Spartans and lay the 16 against Western Michigan.
Okay. Steve the Wingman, he's trying to catch up already. Hey.
Yeah.
So let's see if you can catch up here, Steve.
Okay. I'm going to start off by picking the game that features the best team in college football. That's the North Dakota State Bison. They're taking on North Dakota. North Dakota State is a 30.5-point favorite over their in-state rivals, and I'm going to lay that 30.5 and take the Bison. Winners of 7 of 8 when it comes to the national championship department. Then I'll go on to the second-tier football teams. I'll look at the Nevada and Oregon game. I want to keep an eye on Oregon, not just because Rick's disdain. It's more of I'm interested in Oregon.
You made a lot of money with the Oregon Ducks over the years.
Over the years, yes, lots and lots. So much so that I've purchased many vacation homes.
Right, you just do this. Your doctor said just you need a little stress in your life.
In the state of Oregon.
Exactly.
Oregon's favored by 24. Okay. Over under 61.5. I'm going to go under the 61.5. I want to see if this Ducks offense can get high flying. Not buying it yet, so I'll go under there. And then the Cal Bears and the UW Huskies. Huskies are a 13.5-point favorite. I'm curious what UW is going to look like against the Pac-12 team. Want to know what Cal's going to look like. Our old pal Bo Baldwin, what he's got Cal doing. I'm gonna give it to the Huskies and lay the 13.5, but certainly interested in this game. So.
Don't forget Cal won that game straight up a year ago.
Yeah, they did.
They beat the Huskies last year.
Yes. Real quick, I know I haven't. This might have affected me picking that UNLV Oregon game, but I'm not sure what uniform combo Oregon's wearing this weekend. Of course, that'll make a huge difference.
Yes.
You know, if
I think they're going matte gray helmets
really?
with
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that within the odds things that we have here, if you look at it, you look and it says Stanford KJ Costello out. Okay. I think that should be requisite that we say what Oregon's uniform combo is for each game. Just saying.
You got any more? You want to get them all out of your system?
If I think of one, I'll let you know.
Guys, I'm taking the Cougars and laying the points. I think they cover at halftime, and we may go back to 0, and they may cover in the second half. This is going to be bad. Northern Colorado is not good. Washington State and Mike Leach is going to leave his starters in. And when he takes out Anthony Gordon, Gage Gubrud comes in. I don't think there's any drop-off. Sorry.
There might be Trey Tinsley.
It's not going to be Trey Tinsley. Come on.
Mike Leach said that it was razor-thin close between Gubrud and Tinsley.
That's why he played all three of them, so none of them could transfer last week. I'm going to take Ohio State. They're at home against Cincinnati, laying 16 points. That seems like a low number to me. I like the Buckeyes in this one against their in-state rivals. And, guys, I'm not sure Utah can score 21.5 points, but I'm taking the Utes at home against Northern Illinois. I don't believe Northern Illinois will score a point in that game.
Is that 21.5?
21.5 was the last number that I had.
I'm going to tell you, I am 100% sure that Utah cannot score 21.5 points.
Okay.
Maybe they can score 21 or 22, but they cannot score 21.5.
Okay, I'm not sure they can score over the 21.5, but I'm not taking Northern Illinois and laying points at Utah. So I got a couple Pac-12 games and then one Big Ten game. The Husky game scared me a little bit. Cal's pretty good on defense, and 13 points, that's a lot of points, even at home. All right, those are our college picks of the week. Later, coming up, we'll give our NFL picks, the opening weekend of the NFL season. We'll do that coming up later on in the show. Lynn Hickey, the athletic director at Eastern Washington. Big news from Eastern today. They're going to redo their stadium. We'll talk to her coming up next. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Honey, it feels like a sauna in here.
We got to call Dr. Andy.
Did someone page Dr. Andy? Ma'am, you may need an AC tune-up.
Don't let this happen to you. Page one of our highly trained Sturm technicians today for your $99 AC tune-up special. Beat the heat and call Sturm today at 325-4505 and stay cool this summer. For more than 70 years, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been the leader in the Inland Northwest for all your HVAC needs. Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning, your one-stop service shop. Contact us today.
I'm Trevor, owner of 24 Taps Burgers and Brews. We have a little slice of paradise waiting for you at 24 Taps. I'm inviting you to stop in and carve a little space for yourself to dine al fresco in our very cool outdoor patio. No, don't be running around naked. Al fresco is outdoor dining, where you'll enjoy serious gourmet burgers, cold brews on the most entertaining patio downtown. Get a little romance and party at the same time. Join us for dinner tonight. 24 Taps Burgers and Brews and patio. 24 North Lincoln.
If you're selling your home, why pay tens of thousands of dollars in commission fees if you don't have to? Farah is a local real estate company saving sellers thousands of dollars. That's because Farah is free for sellers. And Farah's local agents make selling your home so simple. And get this, Farah's intelligent online platform attracts 35% more buyers and saves sellers an average of $20,000. So imagine getting more offers, higher offers, and keeping the agent commission all to yourself. Sell free with Farah. Get started at Farah.com. That's FAIRA.com.
It's been called the best conditioned course in North America, with a pace of play that's the best in resort golf and a golf experience like nothing else in the country. It's all that and more at the Coeur d'Alene Resort Golf Course. Discover breathtaking North Idaho lake views, immaculate conditions, and the world's only floating green. For tee times, call 844-717-2068 or visit floatinggreen.com. It's truly a golf experience like no other.
Do you have the cutest pet ever? Well, Bobby Combs RV Center, home of the pet-friendly RVs and a proud sponsor of the North Idaho Pet Expo, is giving you a chance to prove it. Visit 700ESPN.com and upload your pet's photo in the cutest pet photo contest. One lucky winner will receive 6 admission tickets to the North Idaho Pet Expo on September 28th. And a $200 Visa gift card. Entries must be submitted by September 11th, so hurry and enter to win today.
All right, sir, do you know how fast you were going back there?
Well, not really. This new Jaguar from Northern Quest is just so dang comfortable.
That's enough, sir. I'm gonna have to ask myself to have a seat in your car.
Say what?
Oh, Daddy likes.
Don't miss the Jag Rover Takeover at Northern Quest for your chance to win a Jaguar, Range Rover, or 50 grand in cash. Get one free entry daily. Play for even more. Details at northernquest.com.
Ooh, fresh leather.
Log on to 700ESPN.com and enter to win tickets to this summer's hottest concerts and comedy shows at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. With over 5,000 seats, there's not a bad seat in the house. You can play buy or sell with Patchin and Lukens. Brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light studio. Welcome back to the show. Bob Condotta from the Seattle Times. We're talking Seahawks coming up in a half an hour as well. Some big news from Eastern Washington University. They've got their home opener tomorrow. But it was an announcement was made that they're going to redo the stadium in Cheney, the football stadium. And Lynn Hickey, the athletic director, joins us on the program. Lynn, thanks for being here. How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's been a pretty nice day.
Yeah. I mean, a little rain on the parade, but no rain in Cheney with this. Lynn, in essence, I described it to our radio listeners as basically you're taking the track out and moving the field so it's a better game day experience, but it's way more than that. Why don't you kind of give us a little bit about exactly what you're hoping to do now?
Okay, we've been working several months with ALSC, the architectural firm in Spokane, and they put a really good plan together. But the essence of it is that the field will stay red, the field will stay in the same position it is, we'll move the track, and then we'll move all the seating closer to the track. Every seat in the stadium will be brand new. We're going to be able to add load seats, club seats. We're redoing the suites. The press box will be moved from the west side of the field to the east side. And then what was the press box will become suites. What was our suite level will become a club level. And then we're building covered club seats on the outside of the club, which we've never had anything like that before. So that would accommodate about 200 people. A great renovation for all our fans, a step up in premium seating, but the field stays where it is, and we're just going to get everybody a lot closer to the action.
Okay, so the fact that the field stays there where it is, are you going to do this in steps then?
I hope, we're going to do what we need to do. My hopes would be that we got to replace the turf at the end of this year. We have to do that. It's lived its life, and so as soon as the season's over, that will be our first project. Then, as we raise the necessary dollars, I would love to do it in one big swoop. No pun intended.
Good one.
But at the same time, if we see that we have to break it down, then we will certainly do what we can to accommodate our fans and our team. We're long overdue of getting something done in that stadium. And so we want to move as quickly as we can. But, it's a lot of work. Today we shot the gun off and started the race, but now we got to get to the finish line. So we need everybody to really step up and be a part of this process. show the rest of the world that we can do this.
Well, I mean, for me, just logistically thinking, and I like work on like home improvement projects. So this is obviously much bigger than that. But if you're going to replace the turf, wouldn't you rather just make sure that track is out of there at the end of this season when you go ahead and do that, so you're not laying the turf twice?
No, you won't have to move the turf.
They're not moving the turf. They're moving the stands.
No, the track won't have any reflection on that. Once we put the turf down, that's where it's going to stay. We're just going to move everything to the turf. So we can go. We can get this first project done and then move out. We're estimating that building a new track, and it's this is not with press boxes and dressing rooms, but just the track service itself and moving it over to the south side of campus would be about $3 million. The turf is probably about 1.3. So you're talking about our first project is about $5 million. So if we could gather that real quickly and do everything at once, that would be great. But the number one goal is to get that turf out, and then we'll go from there and see how fast we can gather the dollars needed.
Lynn, the announcement was $25 million you have to raise for this project, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
Can you put a dirt in the ground if you reach a certain point, or do you have to have all $25 million in the bank before you do all the other projects other than the field and the track?
I think what we're going for right now is we need to raise the $25 million. We need to get that done. And if an opportunity would open up that if we are real successful and then there's another way to help the process along, that would be great. But right now, we're not going to bank on that. We need to get to 25, and we need to get this done. So we are, we're working with donors. We're working with potential corporate groups for the naming opportunities, and we need a champion. We need someone to step up with some major gifts, and then we'll have all kinds of programming in place that anybody at any level can be a part of helping make this happen.
So when the stadium was redone, whenever it was redone, it was renamed Roos Field because Michael Roos gave a large donation to help get the red turf in there. Is the naming rights up for grabs once again?
Yeah, we are talking to Michael and visited with him last weekend in Seattle, and he is aware that that we need to replace the field. We're working with him to see if that's something he wants to do again, but he's also aware that if he doesn't, that we're going to go to other groups to get this to happen. He's very supportive of the program, and he wants to do something to help. I just don't know if he's decided if the field is a thing that he would do again. Right. So, yes, those naming opportunities are potentially there, or do we find someone that says, hey, we want to keep it Roos Field and let's just go with it? But typically a corporate entity or anyone that would give that large of a gift wants to have their name in place. And so we're working with him, and he understands that.
I mean, I'm kind of looking at the drawing that you've got of how this is going to look, and there would be, according to this drawing, no end zone seats. I imagine if you were to host something huge that you would have the option to put those in there.
Yeah.
But the absence of end zone seats and the increasing, a great increase of seating on the east side, what we call the visitors side, are most notable. Does this change or enhance in any way the peripheral game activities like pre-game activities and things that you do, or in-game activities that you do as far as food concessions and things like that? The new structure.
All the concessions, even on the west side, will be brand new. I don't know if you can tell from the drawing, and the concourse area is going to be greatly increased because we're moving the seats forward so we can grow the concourse. And then you will be able to be in line and get concessions and still watch the game. The club seats, and there's a potential under the club seats for hospitality areas. They are playing with trying to, the top of the club, the roof would come out as wings, just like, our eagle wings. and there would be some more covered space on the concourse to have events. And then we're going to remove the concession stand that's down there right by the entrance to the field, the original concession. I think everybody calls it the Dairy Queen. We're going to move that out. And what that's going to do is that's a huge plaza area that you could put turf down. You could do a lot of welcoming activities for families. Where you place your beer garden could be now down lower. Excuse me. It's going to open up a whole world. The whole environment, the whole experience will be totally different.
Lynn, have you set a timetable? I want to have this done in 2 years, 3 years. Where are you guys with that as far as when you want to get this done, or is it just ASAP?
Well, it's ASAP when you raise the monies there. I would hope that we could raise the monies necessary to put a shovel in the ground in 2 years, and then the architects are telling us that we could get this done from the end of one season to the start of the next, so that we wouldn't miss any time in the field. So today, at the press conference, Coach Best slipped and said in 18 to 24 months. I don't know. We'll see. Or he said 18 to 24 weeks or something. I don't know. He pushed our timeline a little bit faster than we were looking at.
Well, he's got a new toy. He wants to play with it.
I know. He does a great job. But think of investments in sports facilities on this part of the state. This is probably one of the best investments you can make in a sports facility that's going to change this whole region, certainly our campus, our community, but all of Spokane. What we can bring in there now is just going to be outstanding. It's going to be first class. And the thing that we're trying to solidify is two things. That this is inviting to students, and we want to be the four-year public institution that you come to. And then, we want to be national champions. And so we're not in a facility race. We're not trying to do something crazy that doesn't fit who we are or that we cannot handle. But if we can elevate the experience that we currently have with our traditions, then this really gives Coach some solid footing with his recruiting and a great fan experience.
Well, certainly if you get the money raised, that even the class that's recruited this coming season in February or December, they will play in this facility. So
they could potentially play it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to affect recruiting starting yesterday. Wow, this is.
Well, no, when I was coaching at Texas A&M, I carried a picture of the new basketball arena around for 10 years.
Wow.
Okay, I never got to coach in it because by the time they got in it, I had stepped away to administration. But yeah, baby, you can do a lot with pictures. When they know there's a commitment, there's a pledge, there's a vision, there's a future, then that will keep us going. And then at the meantime, with the traditions and the winning program that we have, we're still okay with what we have. We just want to make the experience for everybody a little bit better.
Lynn, congratulations. Good luck raising the money, and it looks like a fabulous project. We can't wait to see it done.
Well, thank you. I'm just really anxious to put your guy's name on the field, so give me a call
All
tonight,
right,
okay?
yeah.
I think we have to check with our wives before we get something like that.
I was thinking Steve the Wingman Field sure would sound good.
Steve, you
I
better
think I got 26 million
You bought a lot of
rolling around in my pocket.
Buy a lottery ticket this week, Steve.
Buy the two club wings if that's if you just need to step down, do that. But we're in it with you, okay?
Steve the Wingman Wing, nice.
Yeah, that's not.
There you go.
Lynn,
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Lynn Hickey, the athletic director at Eastern Washington, joining us on the program. We're going to come back. We'll talk about the
Patchin and Lukens restroom or something like that. We could go that far.
That's the last thing we want named after us, okay? I'm just telling you right now.
Patchin and Lukens popcorn machine.
Yeah, I'm good with that. But yeah, all right. That's we're going to take a timeout. We come back. Cougs back at home this weekend against Northern Colorado. What do you expect? We'll talk about it next. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. We still have the possibility of a few sprinkles early this evening. Otherwise, we'll be drying out and clearing up. with clear skies overnight and a low of 53. For Saturday, sunshine to start the day with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon and a high of 82.
Your local forecast, brought to you by Wendell at the Y, online at wendell.com.
Honey, it feels like a sauna in here.
We gotta call Dr. Andy.
Did someone page Dr. Andy? Ma'am, you may need an AC tune-up.
Don't let this happen to you. Page one of our highly trained Sturm technicians today for your $99 AC tune-up special. Beat the heat and call Sturm today at 325-4505 and stay cool this summer. For more than 70 years, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been the leader in the Inland Northwest for all your HVAC needs. Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning, your one-stop service shop. Contact us today.
Do you need a CPAP even when you travel? Are you tired of lugging along your big home CPAP? Why not cut the size, cut the cord, and cut the cost with a travel mini CPAP from mytranscend.com. They've helped thousands of folks just like you sleep better anywhere without compromising CPAP performance. To learn more, call 1-800-435-2585. It's half the size of a typical home CPAP system and has the power options to take you anywhere, even off-grid. Transcend Mini CPAP is widely known as one of the best values around, and you can try it risk-free with a 100% money-back guarantee when you buy direct now at 1-800-435-2585. That's 1-800-435-2585. 1-800-435-2585. Or go to mytranscend.com.
I'm Trevor, owner of 24 Taps Burgers and Brews. You're out on your first dinner date at 24 Taps and it's not going well. Well, I suggest you turn the conversation to how good the Serious Gourmet burgers are. However, don't reach for your napkin to wipe that mayo off his or her chin. Bad move. Instead, ask to take a selfie of both of you and show how silly your date looks. It's a winning move, I think. You'll either go home happy with a second date or you'll get slapped. Join us for dinner tonight for all your dates. 24 Taps Burgers and Brews, 24 North Lincoln.
One night. The final tour. Just take those old records off the shelf. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Thank you.
September 19th, Spokane Arena.
Hollywood nights. In those Hollywood hills. Come back, baby. Rock and roll never forget.
Tickets on sale now at ticketswest.com or Spokane Arena box office. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Produced by Live Nation.
Hey, you. How's it going? Been doing anything fun lately?
Hey, like usual, no. I can't afford to have fun.
Yes, you can. You just need to check out bidonspokane.com.
Bidonspokane.com? I think I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
It's seriously so awesome. An online auction where you can buy items from local businesses at 50 to 80% off retail value. It's free to register, and all you have to do is bid on the items you want. The online auction part makes it fun, too.
Wow, thanks for letting me know. I'm going to check out bidonspokane.com today.
The Seahawks open the season this weekend. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Seattle's a 9.5-point favorite. The Hawks will open up against the Bengals. The opener kicks off Sunday at 1. Washington State will look to improve to 2-0. The Cougs hosting Northern Colorado. It kicks at 2. Washington hosting Cal. It's the first Pac-12 game of the year. Kickoff in Seattle is at 7:30. It's a doubleheader right here on 700 ESPN. Eastern Washington will host Division II Lindenwood. Our coverage will start at noon. That's followed up by Idaho and Central Washington with a 6 o'clock kickoff. Whitworth starts the season in California at Laverne Saturday morning at 11. Spokane Indians win Game 2 of the playoff series last night, 5-1 at Tri-City. Third and deciding game in Pasco tonight at 7. Mariners lose 11-9 in 13 innings last night to Houston after blowing a 7-run lead. The 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Can't get the show? Missing your fix of Patchin and Lukens? The problem is solved by listening at 700ESPN.com.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. So apparently we're on the hook for something at Eastern.
The press box. The Patchin and Lukens press box.
You know, it should probably be the, the Larry Weir Broadcast Center or something there. I'm wondering, are they going to move Larry Weir and Paul Sorensen over to the other side of the stadium? I would think so, which they'll love because they'll actually get walls,
Right.
They'll actually get a room they can broadcast from.
They're in a hamster cage right now with air holes and a plexiglass.
Yeah, pretty much it.
Because when they built the new press box, they didn't build enough press for television and the replay booth.
And visiting
radio, and
yeah.
they don't put the visiting radio guys outside. Larry and Paul have moved inside the press box. They just put up it looks like they're in the penalty box, is what it is at a hockey game.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're standing in the press box, you can't be too loud, and you can hear their broadcast while you're standing there in the press box.
I will give them props. Eastern Washington took care of the visiting radio guys first,
which a good program does that.
Well, UC Davis, you broadcast outside.
Right, I know.
Sac State, you broadcast outside. Yeah. There are other places that in the conference that you are outside.
Yeah. I mean, one of the people going into the WSU Hall of Fame this weekend, Rod Commons, was the sports information guy and in charge of that kind of thing at Washington State. And there were times when we, as the regular people who covered Washington State, kind of got screwed on camera positions and things because they took care of the visiting media, which didn't make me happy, but I acknowledged even when I wasn't happy that was the right way to do things.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the right way to do things. Some people don't think it that way.
Yeah.
All right. So the Cougars taking on Northern Colorado. Is this even worth talking about? Because I'm not sure it is.
It's kind of not, actually. It's just it's like a preseason game.
Yeah. I mean,
week 2 of the college season is yikes.
Well, look at
no one's playing anybody.
The Huskies are playing a Pac-12 game.
USC's playing Stanford.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Eastern and Idaho are playing Division II programs.
Yeah.
The Cougars are playing their step-down game in a Big Sky school and a bad Big Sky school.
The worst Big Sky school, yeah.
You want to go down to Boise? Boise State's playing Marshall.
Yeah.
So it's a week. You're right, Steve. It's not a great week for teams that you care about in our area. I don't even know who Montana's playing. Oh, they're playing North Alabama. That's not a good game.
Montana
either.
State has a walkover too.
Man, to me, here's what I want to hear on Saturday. What kickoff is at 2 at about 5:30, 5:45. Cougs won this game. Nobody got hurt. Other than that, if Anthony Gordon throws 10 touchdown passes, If somebody runs for 250 yards, I just if you're a Cougar fan, if you want this team to do well, you don't want anybody getting hurt. That's the one thing you need to take out of this game because they can play bad, Rick, and I still don't think they lose this game.
No, I think play badly and still cover the spread.
Yes, because it's only 36.5. Here's the other thing is, does Mike Leach, this is the other question is, now maybe we should have thought about this before the spread. They got a Friday game next week. So it's a short week, a travel short week.
Yeah.
So they're leaving on Thursday. They don't have a lot of time to prepare for Houston, which will probably be their best game of the 3 to start the non-conference season. Does he get his guys out of there early? Because they have the short week.
Logic says yes, but our logic, I'm not going to say logic, but our logic, traditional logic, has never played much into what Mike Leach does.
True.
So we'll
sure
see.
It'd be smart to run the football here and run out some clock. Oh, pass.
Because
okay, never mind.
Passing is what we do.
See, I don't see that happening, Steve. We've had enough of Mike Leach watching what he does. He's going to do what he does, and what he does is pass the football more than run the football.
I mean, I was just trying to speak to Rick's point. Traditionally speaking, you watch a football game, you go, okay, well, it would make sense. Again, we're just dumb yahoos that don't know anything. He's the football coach. He gets paid more than any other state employee, so maybe, okay, fine, he knows what he's doing. But he bucks those trends And so when you say, well, I mean, the Cougs are up 55-0 here in the first quarter, Anthony Gordon probably shouldn't play the rest of the game, and he does. It's like, well, I mean, that would make sense for Mike Leach, maybe not for anybody else.
That's why I asked the question, because I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, I don't either.
But again, remember, it's a short week. There's one less day, and you're traveling.
I mean, I think here's your answer. The best answer you can get is that this past game, the one that they just won against who they put? I can't remember what.
New Mexico State.
New Mexico State. Anthony Gordon played until they took him out. And that was what, early fourth quarter?
No, late third quarter.
Okay, late third quarter. Gage Gubrud came in, led him on a touchdown drive. Trey Tinsley came in. Then Gage Gubrud came back in again. But remember what Leach said afterward. He said they looked way sharper than he thought they would look.
Yes.
So I think, if I'm going to maybe try and guess on Leach, if they look sharp and get things done, that's the sooner that the front end guys get out of the game. If they look sharp, if they look good and are crisp in what they do, then he needs to see enough that they're ready to go down and play in Houston, and then he'll get them out of the game.
Especially if they're up 35-0 midway through the second quarter. I mean, if they start piling up points, if they got 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, then that could happen. Because I just don't know how defensively Northern Colorado is going to match up with those receivers. And the question going into the season was the way Anthony Gordon was going to play. Well, he didn't seem to have any problem with New Mexico State last week. And New Mexico State's defense is better than Northern Colorado's.
Yeah. But you can put a lot of points on the board and still not look sharp. You can even if it's just getting in and out of the huddle, or if it's if you have pre-snap penalties, or if guys are dropping balls, that type of thing. Then that's sloppy, and even if you're up by a lot of points, maybe you don't get out of the game as early.
We can't be coming on the show on Monday and talking about a key injury. Now, injuries happen and they're part of the game. But this team can't afford an injury in the Northern Colorado game to a key player.
No, I mean you can't afford an injury any time, but I know what you're saying. That against an opponent like this, the bad thing is that injuries happen. It's like you get no schedule for how they happen.
No, I know they do.
Yeah,
I know they do. DJ Darren says, any TV for the Coug game this week? It's on the Pac-12 network, is it not? I'm almost positive it is, because those non-league games all go on the Pac-12 network.
My short answer is yes, that there is TV for the Coug game this week.
There's they're on every week.
Yeah.
It's got to be the Pac-12 network.
Well, my phone decided not to work on me. There we go. Yeah, I got nothing.
Well, the ESPN does not put up where the games are. It's on the Pac-12 network this weekend. So if you can't go down to Pullman and it's a 2:00 game, and tickets should be very easy to find. In fact, if you know a Cougar fan, you probably can get some for free. You should go. Don't sit at home, DJ Darren. Go to the game. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Bob Condota will join us, Seattle Times beat writer. We'll talk about the Seahawks and their opener coming up on Sunday. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostburg Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Dan Can, your Spokane Geico agent. September 15th is National Cleanup Day. Let us clean up your car insurance rates by giving you a free quote. Give your local Geico agent a call today or stop by our office on Division Street to see how much you could save.
Do good, feel good, that's the Ad Servio way. The epic beard and mustache competition is back. The most fun you'll have raising money for charity. Competitors from all over the Northwest come to Spokane to show off their unique and unusual facial hairs, helping to raise money. This year, benefiting River's Wish and Teen and Kid Closet. Saturday, October 12th at The Pin. Details at SpokaneBeardMustache.org. This message brought to you by Ad Servio with support from Global Credit Union, Residential Home Solutions, and Zero Res. Got a clog? Call the dog. Bulldog Rooter, the first call to make in a plumbing emergency. No matter what time of day or night, there's no charge for overtime anytime. Tree roots clogging your sewer line? Call the dog. Broken or leaky pipes, faucets, toilets, or appliances? Call the dog. 3 a.m. or 3 p.m., any kind of plumbing emergency, call the dog. Bulldog Rooter, 535-3447. That's 535-3447. Or online at bulldogrooter.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/score. That's ZipRecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter.com/score.
If you're in the market to buy a home, you know how tough it can be, even heartbreaking. Now, one local company makes it easy. Enter Farah, a real estate company that can guarantee you'll win your dream home. Farah buys the home for you with its own cash, beating all other buyers, and if it fails, you get $1,000 just for trying. Find your home, make a winning offer, and get an on-demand mortgage. Farah can even give you up to 2% cash back. Get started today at farah.com/buy. That's FAIRA.com/buy.
Attention DIYers, Idaho Fence is having a year-end blowout sale with the lowest prices of the year. But you need to buy now while they still have inventory. Vinyl or wood fence, gate, porch rails, and more, Idaho Washington Fence has it right now, and you can get it for the lowest pricing available. Located on the corner of McGuire Road and Celtice Way in Post Falls, they have over 5 acres of products and materials for you to choose from. For ideas and information, go to idahofence.com.
Dennis Patchin, Rick Lukens, two cool dudes.
True that.
Weekday afternoons at 3 on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM. Back to two cold ones in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. It's Patchin and Lukens.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studio. Welcome back to the show. Don't forget, Steve's going to open the ticket window, and when he does, a family fair pack to the Spokane Interstate Fair can be yours. Caller 10 at 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Bob Condota has been the busiest man in the business here over the last week and a half with the Seahawk cuts and all that they did and adding Jadeveon Clowney, and he joins us now on the program. Bob, thanks for being here. How are you?
Sure, yeah. How you guys doing?
We're great.
Doing well.
Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Did you think at some point they were actually going to cut everybody on this team and then pick people up later?
Yeah, well, this team always has a way of keeping you on your toes, that's for sure. So no doubt about it. It's been a busy week, but sort of didn't expect anything else. It is sort of what this team does.
We'll get to the Jadeveon Clowney deal in a minute, but when they cut Geno Smith, did you say, what are they doing?
I did, but I mean, the minute it took me about 5 seconds to figure out what they were going to do there.
Yeah.
It made sense because of his veteran status and stuff like that. And this is a team that's, they've tried to do things like that before. They've never done it quite like this, where they've done it, this many times and all that. But yeah, I had about 30 seconds of, oh geez, is there someone they're going to go get out there? But it became readily apparent what the plan was there. And this kind of, again, this is a management group that likes to kind of find new ways of doing things. That's for sure.
Do you get all tired of? Because I'm asking because I do of playing this this guessing game with Pete Carroll and trying to interpret what he's saying and what he means when you ask, okay, is so and so going to be able to play? And he gives you this whole positive vibe, yet tempers it with non-positive things. It seems like just like in trying to figure out if Ziggy Ansah is going to play this weekend, but you can't seem to get a straight answer.
Yeah, I mean, I expect it from coaches. So, Pete's a lot better than a lot of coaches could be, I think. I mean, he's certainly a lot better than I covered University of Washington prior to this.
Oh.
At least at the NFL level, I mean, they've got to say things. They got to put out an injury report every day of who took part, if they didn't, why they didn't, and all that. So, I sort of give them some benefit of the doubt that that's sort of what all coaches do. And I think Pete's a lot better about it than some, to be honest. Kind of talking to some, following some other teams and all of that. He at least will generally tell you what is going on with the guy if he can. So, it's I think in the case of Ziggy Ansah, I think some of it is I think there's a little bit of just trying to tamper the immediate expectations. I think they think this is going to be obviously a great thing for the team, but I think they want everybody to realize these guys aren't going to come out and play 50 snaps on Sunday and all that. Each of these guys is going to need a little bit of time to work their way back into it because neither of them have had any sort of a training camp or had any kind of contact or anything. So, I think in this specific case, I think that's some of what's going on.
And really quick, you don't have to go into too much detail with Ziggy Ansah, but the narrative on him was that the shoulder was healed. He was good to go on the shoulder, and it was a groin issue that he's been dealing with that's been limiting his participation. Yet he's listed as questionable for this week, and the reason is shoulder. So what the heck is that?
Again, I think that's just sort of a cautionary thing. I mean, he hasn't had any contact. So, he returned to practice last week on Tuesday, I think, when they, all they've been doing, basically since in terms of practice, since the week before their third preseason game, they don't do any contact in practice. So I think it's some of that. I think they just want to make sure that before they put him out there, what you don't want to do is put him out there and it's not ready and he gets re-injured and he's out 6 weeks or something like that. You just want to make sure he's 100%, and especially since it's a home game and a team that you are expected to pretty much be able to beat, pretty easily. This isn't the Super Bowl or anything where, you play everybody no matter what. So, I think it's an awful lot of that kind of stuff. In Ansah's case, they also, there's about $100,000 in each game in incentive for Ansah if he plays. So, the team's got some reason to want to make sure that he can give them exactly what they need before they put him out there on the field.
Yeah. Bob, you're around these players almost every day. How jacked were they when the Clowney deal was announced?
Well, I mean, we actually didn't see him until 3 days after it was announced. So, there's definitely a sense of excitement. I mean, you got a lot of young guys that I think are just kind of trying to make their way with everything. But certainly, I think for some of the veterans, guys like Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright, I think it sent to them a signal that this team's going for it this year. Not that they expected anything less, but I think it was just another sign of that. Maybe some people nationally wonder what direction the Seahawks are going and all that kind of stuff. I think it was one of those things that showed to the players that that the Seahawks feel like there's enough of a core there that if they can add a guy and make a move like that, then maybe it's the missing piece that puts them over the top. So players always like that. It's sort of like a sign of confidence in everybody else, and the team feels like it's worth it to try to make a big move like this, at this late date to do it. But so there's always definitely that sort of excitement for sure.
The real head scratcher for me, once we saw the cut downs and then we saw the people added back on and we kind of saw the roster of how it's going to be. The head scratcher for me, Bob, was the Shaquem Griffin on the roster. Austin Calitro waived, and apparently they tried to trade him. Calitro was a guy who you projected could get on the field and contribute. In fact, he did all of last season. He did contribute, while Shaquem did not, except in special teams. Yet Shaquem's on the roster now. So the question is Shaquem on the roster more because he has a higher ceiling than Austin Calitro, or is it more because he's Shaquille's brother?
Well, they don't really play the same position is the thing. Calitro was being groomed to be a backup at the weak side and middle spot, so behind Wagner and KJ. And Griffin's not doing that anymore. Griffin did play the weak side spot last year or behind KJ. But this year they're using him, and granted, we haven't really seen it because he didn't really play at all in the preseason. But his spot in practice and everything is they want him to be a strong side linebacker now. So that means being behind Michael Kendricks and coming off the edge and being in coverage and stuff like that. So that's not what Kalitro did. Kalitro never did strong side linebacker, and so kind of more. Kalitro sort of lost out to Ben Burkervin and Austin and Cody Barton, and maybe more specifically Ben Burkervin. I think when Burkervin played really well in those last couple games, I think that made up their mind there that they could get by just fine with Barton and Burkervin, as those two spots are always pretty interchangeable. The weak side and the middle linebacker spot, but the strong side linebacker spot isn't quite as interchangeable in terms of what they look for. So I think they were comfortable with those two guys as a backup there. And then Shaquem is sort of the backup at the strong side spot. But the other thing is special teams. I think they felt like Shaquem Griffin's they weren't asking Shaquem Griffin and Austin Kalitro to do the same thing on special teams, but Shaquem has some really specific special teams roles. He's the personal protector on the punt team. He made a great play in the last preseason game against Oakland from that spot, and it was the kind of thing that definitely, I think, opened up, reminded them anyway of what they like about him, how fast he got downfield. If you remember, I think it was the first punt of the game was 63 yards, and I think it was Simeon Thomas missed the tackle, and then Shaquem was right there to make the tackle next. And that was being right downfield, 63 yards downfield after having been not lined up on the line of scrimmage, but lined up about 5 yards back to be the personal protector. So, that's the kind of thing that they like. He has that unique speed attribute that they can use in some specific ways like that. I think certainly the Shaquille thing probably plays into it a little bit, but I think, from what I understand, I don't really think there was that much of a question from that standpoint. The other thing that the other guy that sort of hurt Austin Kalitro, and this isn't a guy you would think maybe in that way, but is Nick Ballore, the fullback who they kept. He's another guy who's going to do a lot of special teams. He has played linebacker in the NFL quite a bit. That was his initial position, and he did play some linebacker in practice for the Seahawks at times during training camp. He never did in preseason games, but he did in practice. And he was one of the vets who they cut and then brought back, and that all played into it with Kalitro as well. When they re-signed Ballore after they waived Kalitro, because special teams wise they can do the exact same thing, and then in terms of the linebacking spot, if every other linebacker got hurt, they feel like Ballore could go in there and get him through a game.
Bob Condotta, Seattle Time beat writer, covers the Seahawks, joining us on Patchin and Lukens. Bob, we know that Jadeveon Clowney is just a one-year deal. Did the Seahawks make this deal in the hopes of keeping him longer term than that?
Well, for sure, but they also, they gave up, and what they gave up, they're comfortable in that being what you gave up for 1 year. I mean, you gave up a third-round pick. If you were to sign with someone else, you could potentially get a third-round pick as a comp pick the following year. So you would just flat out replace what you just lost, and then you traded Barkevious Mingo and Jacob Martin. And Barkevious Mingo they were probably going to cut. And Jacob Martin, decent, showed some potential and stuff like that, but he wasn't going to start or anything. So, for the chance to get a guy like Jadeveon Clowney and maybe he likes it here and stuff like that, I think they felt like that was worth it. But this is really just a move made for this year. I mean, I believe them totally on that. I don't think they're that worried about the future. I think this was a move where if you bring this guy in for 1 year, and if he can he can make the difference between 10 wins and 12 wins and get the first round. Getting a first-round bye and a home playoff game and stuff like that. But, if you go for it. I mean, the NFL is a win-now business. So, Jadeveon Clowney didn't go through all this to then just come to Seattle and take a hometown discount. I mean, there's no thought that he's going to get here and decide in January, I'll take a lot less to stay with the Seahawks. I mean, everybody understands this is going to be a business decision for everybody all around. But, the Seahawks look at it as for what they could have paid Frank Clark this year. That's what you're going to pay Ziggy Ansah and Jadeveon Clowney combined, and actually a little bit less. So, you were able to get what you got for Clark and then go make the moves to get Ansah and Clowney and you still got the second round pick for next year as part of the Frank Clark deal, no matter what happens with Clowney. So, it's from that standpoint, it's a lot of dominoes that had to fall. And I doubt they saw those all coming quite that way when they traded Frank Clark in April. But I think they knew that, I think they did study the landscape enough to know that there's other things out there you can get done. And that is what's fascinating about watching this team work is they do really kind of always, there's always sort of that next move that I think a lot of us don't necessarily see at the time they make the first move.
With the receivers, I think that's a big question mark, and I know you don't have all the answers, but who do you see possibly as being the second most targeted person in the receiving corps behind Tyler Lockett by the time the season is over?
By the time the season's over?
Yeah.
I mean, probably DK Metcalf. I think he's certainly got that ability to do it. If you just say targets, I mean, that's a lot of times the guys that, Metcalf, I think, is going to be a guy that early on you'll look to do a little bit more maybe of the downfield kind of stuff. And so sometimes those guys don't get as many, like Tyler Lockett, didn't get as many targets last year as he's going to get now, because now I think they'll throw it to him in a lot more situations, a lot of the Doug Baldwin type situations that we saw before. So Metcalf, would probably be that guy. But, if they decide, if Jerron Brown can really come through the way they think he can, maybe he becomes that guy, simply because, there's someone who's going to need to take a lot of those third down and red zone targets that Doug Baldwin got last year. And I don't think they're all going to go to Tyler Lockett. So someone else is going to sort of become that other guy to get a lot of those little kind of targets like that aren't necessarily 50-yard touchdowns, but are really key ones.
Bob Condotta, the Seattle Times beat writer, covers the Seahawks. Sunday, Bengals won't be much of a problem, will they, Bob?
Logically, you wouldn't think so, but this is the NFL. This isn't Washington State, New Mexico State. You're never 50 points better than another team in the NFL. There's always, the gap is so much smaller that the wrong couple of things happen and anything can happen. But, logically, for sure. I mean, Cincinnati's not a good run defense team. That's obviously what the Seahawks are really good at. The Bengals are going to be without their starting left tackle. They're without their best receiver and A.J. Green. They've got a first-year coach. So all those kind of things would make you think that, this on paper looks like the easiest Seahawk win of the year. And, there's no reason at the moment to think that won't happen.
Bob, always a pleasure. We appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Enjoy the game on Sunday.
Sure. All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Bob Condotta, Seattle Times. He was busy on cut down on that 48
Saturday?
hours. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! You get up in the morning and Bob's like, okay, well there's this, and it was like the early rumblings of a Jadeveon Clowney deal, and he said it's going to be a long day, and it was.
Yeah. It turned out to be a longer day than he actually thought it was going to be.
Long few days, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll give you the word of the day. Reminder, too, to sign up for the Patchin and Lukens Golf Tournament. Your time is running out. We'll do all of that next. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
Tri-Valley VIP Auto Sales for your next vehicle purchase. All-wheel drives, diesels, lifted trucks, distance between VIP and the competition. Better quality, better prices, hands down. Our sales professionals are out to serve the customer's needs to get you exactly what you want at the best price possible, without a time-consuming hassle. We have more than 100 vehicles priced under $12,000. A lot of these take next to nothing as a down payment, regardless of your situation. Valley, VIP Auto Sales in Spokane Valley.
It's time to make some memories at Avondale Golf Course in Hayden Lake. Avondale's top-notch junior golf program is a great way for younger golfers to enjoy the summer. The course is beautiful, the staff is friendly, and the pro shop is fully stocked with everything you need to up your game. While you're there, ask about the current club membership specials and check out the new Avondale Bar and Grill menu. Book your tee time today. Visit AvondaleGolfCourse.com for more details.
Residential Home Solutions Summer 3 Ways to Save has begun. Invest in our new windows and receive rebates and cash back. Need new siding? Save 20% off our regular price on installed James Hardie Color Plus and eliminate painting your home. Right now, you can also receive special pricing with 50% off our installation on a new Provia entry door system made by Amish craftsmen. Call 892-6460 or go to residentialhs.com today to set up a free estimate. Residential Home Solutions. Home improvements. Custom fit for life.
Tri-Valley VIP Auto Sales for your next vehicle purchase. All-wheel drives, diesels, lifted trucks, distance between VIP and the competition. Better quality, better prices, hands down. Our sales professionals are out to serve the customer's needs to get you exactly what you want at the best price possible, without a time-consuming hassle. We have more than 100 vehicles priced under $12,000. A lot of these take next to nothing as a down payment, regardless of your situation. Valley, VIP Auto Sales in Spokane Valley.
Last week, my wife called and asked me to pick up some bread on the way home, so I went directly to Northern Quest and hit a mega jackpot. Turns out she had her heart set on a loaf of whole wheat. But we worked through that.
From Vegas-style gaming to dinner at Maslow's Steakhouse to relaxing at La Rive Spa, you can have it all at Spokane's own Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Book now at northernquest.com.
All right, sir, do you know how fast you were going back there?
Well, not really. This new Jaguar from Northern Quest is just so dang comfortable.
That's enough, sir. I'm gonna have to ask myself to have a seat in your car.
Say what?
Oh, Daddy likes.
Don't miss the Jag Rover Takeover at Northern Quest for your chance to win a Jaguar, Range Rover, or 50 grand in cash. Get one free entry daily. Play for even more. Details at northernquest.com.
Ooh, fresh leather.
The next level of interactive sports is coming soon to Epic at Northern Quest with a new Top Golf Swing Suite, perfect for a night out with you and your friends.
It's a busy home football weekend. I've got us Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. 22nd ranked Washington State will look to go to 2-0, hosting Northern Colorado. Kickoff is at 2. Late kickoff in Seattle. 14th ranked Washington will host Cal in the Pac-12 opener. It kicks at 7:30. Eastern Washington is at home for the first time, hosting Division II Lindenwood. Coverage starts at noon. Kickoff is at 1 right here. Idaho at home hosting Division II Central Washington. Kickoff in the Kibbe Dome is at 6. The Seahawks will open up the season Sunday, 1 o'clock kickoff with the Cincinnati Bengals. Our first GSL game of the year, Coeur d'Alene at Gonzaga Prep. Coverage starts tonight at 6:30. Spokane Indians stay alive, 5-1 winners over Tri-City last night. Third and deciding game of the playoff series in Pasco tonight at 7. Mariners blow a 7-run lead, lose to Houston last night, 11-9. This 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
If you're not following us on Facebook, you're missing out. 700 ESPN.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light studio. Bengals Brian with a text. Look for the Bengals upset. I'll be there getting harassed by all you Seahawk fans. Go Bengals.
Really? We got a Bengals fan? Brian the Bengal?
Brian, Bengals Brian. The Bengals are not winning this game.
I did not know we had a Bengals fan in the area.
The question is do you lay the 9.5 points? That's the only question. The Bengals aren't winning this game.
9.5 is a lot in the NFL.
It sure is. In fact, they only scored 13 in the game last night between two teams.
It's just so bad.
Told you it was going under.
Just so bad.
How bad was Mitchell Trubisky last night?
Horrible.
I know.
Aaron Rodgers wasn't any better.
No, he wasn't. Didn't have to be, though. Didn't have to be. 10-3, baby. Packers went on the road. All right. The game is on Pac-12 Washington. That's the Cougar game tomorrow. If you don't have the enhanced package, with Comcast, you're not going to see this game. It's on channel 430.
Yeah, I mean.
Well,
yeah.
let me phrase that.
I got it, but yeah.
So do I. You can stream it if you have that capability. You can watch it on your device because if you have the Pac-12 network on your Comcast, then you can go to the Pac12network.com and type in whatever you need to type in.
Yeah, you can watch it on your desktop, your laptop, your phone,
Correct.
your iPad.
Right.
Yeah, you can watch it on one of those. But if you're going to watch Pac-12 over the cable TV,
which for Comcast listeners is $6.28, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm talking Pac-12 Washington.
Oh, yes.
What they have is it's like I've got one TV. My big TV is hooked up to digital cable, and the rest is hooked up to normal cable.
To analog.
Okay, and so I can. On that one, the only place I can watch the Pac-12 is on channel 430. And so, the Cougars are probably going to be on that channel 430.
On Comcast.
But it'll be a standard definition broadcast.
I got somebody just text me saying you can see it on Sling too. Okay, here's the thing.
Well, that's
okay. We're trying to deal with people who don't have, because here's the thing is, if you have a package like Hulu or Sling or all those others, you already know how to do this, okay?
Yeah.
We don't have to tell you, okay?
If you've got your Fire Stick and your Roku and your
Yeah.
Hulu and your Amazon Prime,
Yeah. I got a Fire Stick.
because you
Yeah.
got rid of the cable a long time
Yeah.
ago, you're not the person texting the show saying,
"No,
what time is the game
Right.
on? What channel is it on?"
We're talking.
You
to the-
already figured that out.
Right. We're talking to the people who watch games.
The dumb
on
people that don't know how to
Comcast.
look it up for themselves.
We're talking to the people who watch the games on Comcast, or I don't know what is it Charter Cable in Coeur d'Alene? You'd have to figure it out. You may have to go through hoops that you're not prepared to go through. That's why I'm saying if you're going to watch the game tonight, when you get home on your Comcast or your DirecTV, well, you can't get DirecTV because they don't have it, or your Dish network, you better find Pac-12 Washington, not the Pac-12 network. And on Comcast,
Because Pac-12 Network is going to have UCLA San Diego State.
correct, they'll have the end of one game and the start of a second game.
Yeah, I mean, the UCLA game kicks off 45 minutes before the Cougar game does.
Right.
So they're going to be running
Right.
pretty close to the same.
Again, I'm not you people who don't have cable or satellite, you already know. Okay? We're just trying to help the people who are, I don't want to say behind the times, but just aren't up to that technology savvy because they have cable television.
They're not buying all these streaming services.
No, they're
Okay.
not. If you have cable, you're not doing any of that. And if you're not having cable, you might be doing that. But you people already know where the streaming services stuff is. Just check so you don't tune it in at 2 o'clock and lose your mind because there's no game on.
Yeah, and I would jump on it early if you plan on streaming, just so you make sure you're there, because it's like back when I was a streaming neophyte, and I'm still not like any kind of expert, but it was like, what in the holy heck? And it'd be like middle of the first quarter before I finally got the game up, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Go home tonight and find the Pac-12 Washington on whatever device you have to get your games. Cable, satellite, streaming service if you don't normally stream games.
Get a smart TV.
Well, that's all well and good, but I'm not. But Rick, then go buy a new car after you have one for 2 years, okay? I'm not telling anybody to do that. I'm telling you, here's how you can get the game if you want to watch the game.
If you don't have a smart TV, you can buy a dongle. And I tell you that just because I like to say dongle.
I know you do. Painter Dean says, "Oh, contraire, my friend, we have Sling TV. I pay for it every month, and I have no idea how to even turn it on. I have to get my wife to set it up for me every time." Southside Johnny said, "Pac-12 Washington, HD Comcast channel 1330."
That can't. 1330?
No, it's not 1330.
That's got to be a typo.
I don't have. That's why I'm saying go home and find it. Go home and find the Pac-12 Washington network. Because Charter Cable in Coeur d'Alene is different than Comcast, who's different than somebody else who might be listening to us somewhere who's different than Dish. Play around tonight. Find Pac-12 Washington. You can go to Pac12.com and you can go to their television network, and they'll actually tell you what they're airing tonight at this time, so you can double check to see if that's the Pac-12 network or Pac-12 Washington. Here's my problem, Rick Lukens. I live in the state of Washington. If I dial up the Pac-12 network, I should be able to see the Washington State Cougars or the Washington Huskies.
That's what you think.
No. But that, because these geniuses at the television network, they should be delivering the games that a majority of the people in that state want to see.
And they are delivering it, but you may have to go to extra length in order to see it. They are delivering it, but they're asking you to put some work in.
And it's in standard definition.
Yes.
Okay. Who watches a game in standard definition
I
anymore?
admit to being spoiled. Yes.
No. That's not acceptable. Last week we had a guy calling the Cougars the Huskies. This week the Pac-12 network is giving us a game in standard definition. Are you kidding me? Do we wonder why this thing is not working? Seriously.
Here's the nice part. It's just the Northern Colorado game. That's the nice part. You know, if this was the UCLA game in 2 weeks, you're not going to have this problem because it's not going to be farmed out to one of the satellite channels.
Because honestly, the Pac-12 network looks at this matchup and says nobody's going to want to watch this game, and if they do, they're only going to watch it for a half until it's a blowout.
And they're mostly right on that.
Okay, but why can't it be on in Washington? Why are you delivering in my area? UCLA Stanford. Is it UCLA Stanford?
SDSU.
Yeah. UCLA San Diego State. There more people care about that game in Eastern Washington? Seriously?
It is a Chip Kelly coach team. And, he used to coach at Oregon, which
Not
means he's a
Washington.
football god.
He's at Oregon, Rick. Now, if you want to run that game in Western Oregon, okay. All right. We're going to take a timeout. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. Michael says, I have Hulu Live, and I get ACC, SEC, and Big Ten networks all included. Hey, Michael, I don't care what you get, okay? We're trying to prevent people who want to watch this game tomorrow to basically not get screwed out of watching the game. We're trying to provide a public service. We don't care how you watch the game, okay? I don't. If you have a problem saying, how can I watch the Cougar game tomorrow? That's how we're trying to help you out. Josh says, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to record it on VHS, and anybody who wants to watch the Cougar game can just text me, and I'll get them a tape.
A tape. That sounds so funny to
They
say
should
that.
write you a letter, not text you.
What's
your address, Josh?
No, here's the funny thing, Steve. Since he volunteered that up, what happens if he gives Josh's phone number out so people can actually call him to get a tape?
Brad says, hey, Rick, where can I find the Oregon game? In Eugene. It's in Eugene. Go there. And please text me and let me know what their uniform combo is.
Won't be the same next week. All right. Take a time out. Patchin and Lukens here. Hey, Steve, you ready to play buy or sell?
Always.
All right, let's do it next. 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Buy or sells next. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right. 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776. Buy or sell comes your way next. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrew Coors Light Studio.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. We still have the possibility of a few sprinkles early this evening. Otherwise, we'll be drying out and clearing up with clear skies overnight and a low of 53. For Saturday, sunshine to start the day with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon and a high of 82.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell at the Y. Online at Wendell.com.
Brock and Salk, weekday morning 7 to 10.
I was in the air 65 plus yards. It was 65 yards down the field. But if you add like the triangle theory, what is that? The
Pythagorean.
There you go.
The hypotenuse.
And you actually looked at the angle of how far it's close to a.
You know how to figure out the hypotenuse, Brock?
I used to half the base times the height or something like that.
A squared plus B squared equals.
There you go.
C squared.
There you go. Something like that.
Brock and Salk, weekday mornings on 700 ESPN.
Hi, this is Bernie from Thrifty Car Sales. Where can you get a great deal on a set of wheels? Thrifty Car Sales. At Thrifty, we'll give you hundreds of reasons to buy from us, like nearly new cars without the new car price. Thrifty certified vehicles pass extensive inspection inside and out and are backed by limited warranty. Thrifty has sales professionals who have many repeat customers. Our sales staff is customer service oriented and sells cars with no pressure and no hassles. Thrifty stands behind their vehicles and has been locally owned for over 30 years. Thrifty's a name you can trust. Great wheels at great deals. Come see for yourself. Stop by Thrifty Car Sales on North Wall, East Sprague, in the Valley, and our new Thrifty Car Rental and Car Sales location in Coeur d'Alene. Or shop 24 hours per day at thriftyspokane.com.
Why pay more? Be smart, buy thrifty. Why pay more?
Do you need a CPAP even when you travel? Are you tired of lugging along your big home CPAP? Why not cut the size, cut the cord, and cut the cost with a travel mini CPAP from mytranscend.com. They've helped thousands of folks just like you sleep better anywhere without compromising CPAP performance. To learn more, call 1-800-435-2585. It's half the size of a typical home CPAP system and has the power options to take you anywhere, even off-grid. Transcend Mini CPAP is widely known as one of the best values around, and you can try it risk-free with a 100% money-back guarantee when you buy direct now at 1-800-435-2585. That's 1-800-435-2585. 1-800-435-2585. Or go to mytranscend.com.
The North Idaho Pet Expo, Saturday, September 28th at the Kootenai County Fairgrounds is a fun, family-filled day celebrating all pets. Local pet professionals offering information, prizes, free samples, and more. On the Good Dog stage, watch the Doggy Fashion Show, the Meet the Reptiles presentation, or learn some quick fixes for your naughty dog from Dogology Northwest. Buy discount tickets at all Sea Rights Ace Hardware stores. Service animals only. Please leave your other pets at home. Visit northwestpetexpo.com.
Dave Smith's low prices sale is here. Our prices are low. Save up to $14,500 on a new Chevy Silverado truck. Find new roads. 800-635-8000. DaveSmiths.com.
Tis the evil mind of Steve the Wingman.
That's right. It's time for Steve the Wingman's Buy or Sell. The Wingman. Buy or Sell is sponsored by Dynamic Decks. Custom decks built right.
Have a dynamic day. Yeah!
Hey, everybody, I'm Steve the Wingman.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Steve the Wingman.
Steve the Wingman's Buy or Sell. Patchin and Lukens, Frostbrook Coors Light Studio. It's a cast of the 10 Commandments right there in the open. The only guy missing was Charlton Heston. We'll be in next week. I'm sure Steve is looking through all Charlton Heston movies and like, is there a line I can steal from that to put in the open? All right. It is Buy or Sell, brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right. I got one at my house. Get one at yours. Steve, we good on callers?
Yes, we are.
The people stack up early to play Steve the Wingman's Buy or Sell. So without further ado, it's time to turn it over to Mr. Excitement, Steve the Wingman.
Yeah, that's right.
Dan the Man Levitan. Remember that from Good Morning Vietnam?
Oh
no.
Yeah.
That guy?
All right, no more ado. Rick Lukens.
Yeah, enough with that ado.
No more ado.
Yeah.
Buy or sell football players making the first down signal.
Largely, I'm going to sell it for a lot of reasons. I'm tired of it. They do it after inconsequential first downs. They do it when they're behind by 21 points, and that makes it even more stupid. Generally, I'm going to sell it, but sometimes it's like a really exciting first down, and if it's a guy on my team and he gets up and he does it, then I'm okay with it. But generally, no.
Okay, selling that.
So.
All right, so last night a Seattle Mariner set a franchise record, hitting their 20th home run in their 8th consecutive season. No Seattle Mariner had ever done that before. This same gentleman is 6th in offensive WAR, 6th in runs, 5th in hits, 5th in total bases, 4th in doubles, 4th in homers, 5th in RBI, 6th in walks. He's 6th in games. He will be 5th before the end of the season. Rick Lukens, buy or sell. Kyle Seager is a top 5 all-time Seattle Mariner batter. Randy Johnson, Felix Hernandez, Jamie Moyer, they're all pitchers. They don't count in being a top 5 batter.
Let's see.
Well, the first 3 are easy.
Yeah, it's just a matter of the order. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that means I've got to put him in front of like one of my favorites, Alvin Davis. It's hard to buy a guy as one of the top 5 all-time Mariner batter when and he's finally on a tear and he's hitting 250.
Well, because he was hitting a $180.
Yeah, he was hitting below the Mendoza line for so long. But man, when he hits, he can hit. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna grudgingly buy that. I can't believe I am, but I'm buying it.
Okay. Rick Lukens, buy or sell making the bed.
Boy, that's okay.
You're the last one out of bed too.
Yeah, and I, I finally got, like years ago, can't you just at least pull the covers up? Just pull the covers. I don't need you to tuck the tight hospital corners and fluff the pillows. Can't you at least pull the covers up? And so I do that, okay?
Okay.
But it's like, man, nobody's allowed to go in the master bedroom. It's like when company goes, hey, they come over, hey, can we go down and look at the master bedroom? There's no reason for them to go back there. Can we use your extra bathroom? Yeah, it's downstairs, that type of thing.
So can we go over to your house when your wife's not there and take a picture of you and me on the bed?
I
Just
would
laying
be in
on the bed.
So much trouble.
Come on,
so much
let's
trouble.
do that.
Nobody goes in the master bedroom.
Right.
Because of that, I'm going to sell making the bed. I never really, for me, it's like, just leave the covers messed up, okay, and I'm going to go and get in the bed later, and I'm going to mess them up again. So, because of that, I'm going to sell making the bed, okay? I am.
Okay.
And, here I am, late in my life, and I'm still like, why do we have to make the bed? But we do.
Okay. So you're selling it, but you're selling it.
I am selling it, yeah.
It's a rebel. That's what he is. He's
All
a
right,
rebel.
now, Rick Lukens, we're not talking old-fashioned way. You call the pizza place. All right, we've been doing that for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking your typical, I don't know, maybe your favorite Chinese restaurant delivers. Okay, I'm not talking good old-fashioned delivery. I'm talking buy or sell. I've used a food delivery app.
Yeah. I buy. I've used. There's something called something Dash. Is it DoorDash? DoorDash. I've used DoorDash and I've used Uber Eats. And they're fine. It costs a little extra, but it's like if you're sitting at home, and like there's been a couple times it's like what are we gonna have for dinner? I don't know. I'll make us a drink and we'll figure out what we're going to have for dinner, okay? And then it's like, well, that tasted good, and I have another drink. Well,
now I can't drive anywhere.
I ain't going out to get dinner now. Call Uber Eats,
You know what, Rick? You
yeah.
just made that whole thing make sense to me now. Now it makes sense.
We have used it, and it's nice when if you have like a favorite restaurant, a favorite like quick food type restaurant that. It's nice. It's a great delivery, so I buy it. I buy not only that I've used it, but I buy the service. Yeah.
Okay. Rick Lukens, finally, buy or sell.
Round, get around, I get around. Yeah, get around, I get around, I get around.
Buy or sell the Beach Boys.
Get around. Listen, I'm buying the Beach Boys all day long.
The Beach Boys?
The Beach Boys, yeah.
Okay.
They're kind of on the beach right now. They're not doing much right now. They're a couple of men down.
I heard somebody say they were going to see the Beach Boys, and I go, it's not the Beach Boys. Mike Love isn't even doing the Beach Boys anymore. And when he was doing it, they had to prop him up there. Dennis Wilson is dead. Brian Wilson, if he's not dead,
no, he's still alive.
Yeah, but he ain't coming out and doing the Beach Boys anymore.
No,
he made like one
he has been.
A little bit.
It's him and Al Jardine.
Okay.
No, wait. It's Mike Love and Al Jardine.
Mike Love is he's not doing it anymore.
They're out doing their own thing,
Yeah.
and then Brian Wilson and who's the other guy?
Probably somebody's son
no,
or something.
No. The other two Wilson brothers are dead. There's another guy that there's like 7 of them.
Yeah.
Or 6 of them. I can't remember the other guy. I'll remember who he is.
Okay. Anyway, I'm buying. Here's why I buy it, because when my girls were really really small, and back when dad was giving them baths, we would sing Beach Boys songs while they were in the tub. And I got them like doing backups, or they would sing the main lyrics, although they weren't very good at it, and I would do the backups. So it was really fun. So we do Barbara Ann or She's Real Fine, My 409, all these great tunes. Little Deuce Coupe. They're fun songs. So
Bruce Johnston.
Bruce Johnston
is the
okay.
other guy. Because Carl Wilson and Dennis Wilson are no longer with us.
I buy the Beach Boys.
Okay.
Buy them.
Buying them.
Yes.
All right.
And I got a great story about, maybe I'll tell later, about a knockoff Beach Boys song that I wrote. It's just a little bit morbid, but it's actually kind of funny.
So is it in the theme of bare naked ladies lying in bed like Brian Wilson did?
No, not quite.
Okay,
Not quite.
all right.
And Bud Namick's involved in the story as well.
Of course he is, because all great songs involve Bud Namick, like the Bloomsday rap.
Very good. Hey, thank you, Rick Lukens.
Yeah.
Dennis Patchin.
I got to give the word of the day, Steve, because somebody's blasting me. Billy said, second day in a row, Dennis teases the word of the day before a break and then never gives it out of the break. Doesn't mean I'm giving you the word right away, Billy. Gamecocks is the word of the day. Okay, there you go.
Calvin has a thought on making the bed. We can do that later.
Yeah, we can. We'll do that after the next segment.
Dennis Patchin, it's been a long time since you have been on a Steve the Wingman Buy or Sell.
I think it's been a month.
At least, because I did one with Larry Weir because you were gone. I did a second one on a Thursday with Larry Weir because you were gone. And last week you were gone.
And then you were gone for a couple of
weeks.
weeks.
And I was gone for a couple of weeks.
I can actually go to the calendar, Steve. I believe the last buy or sell that I did with you was on July 26th.
Woo! Wow. All right, so Dennis Patchin, buy or sell yourself. You got to do that first.
I'm buying because I actually get to do a Steve the Wingman buy or sell for the first time in 6 freaking weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dennis, buy or sell football players making the first down.
I'm old school. I sell that stuff. I don't have a problem if you want to celebrate a touchdown, but just a first down, for God's sakes, or a sack. Are you kidding me? No, sell it.
Okay. Buy or sell, Kyle Seager is a top 5 all-time Seattle Mariner batter.
I think you have to buy this.
Yeah,
I mean, if you it's Junior, Edgar, Ichiro in whatever order you want to put them in.
Yeah.
Who's fourth?
Yeah.
Because here's the problem with this whole thing, this whole scenario.
Mariners haven't been very good.
No, they don't keep their guys long enough. They get rid of them. Yeah. I mean, you got Boone. You got Dan Wilson. You got Mike Cameron.
Even
Jay Buhner ranks fourth in a number of categories.
He does. But
A-Rod is higher than Kyle Seager in a couple categories.
Yeah, A-Rod wasn't there long enough.
No.
Buhner didn't hit for average. Now, Buhner's probably there because he was there longer. But if you look at in the first 20 years of this franchise, most of the guys they had who were good, young, they got rid of, or they traded for him, and they only spent 4 or 5, 3 or 4 years with him. He has to be, Steve.
Yeah. Well, we finally agree on something.
But that's the sad commentary on this franchise.
Yeah. That is a little sad. I'll agree with that, too.
I mean, Tino Martinez would be in there, but they got rid of him.
Yeah, liked him.
I mean, here's the other guy. This is the forgotten Mariner. Who's the guy that was on the team 3 different times, the outfielder?
Raul
Ibanez.
Yeah.
He might be in that group.
He's very close.
Yeah.
He's 7th all-time in bases, 6th all-time in doubles, and that's just wearing a Mariner uniform.
Yes.
That's not counting anything anybody did anywhere else.
There isn't, in this franchise history, there is not a top 10 hitters list that you're proud to say he's 10th.
Right.
It's like, crap, we got to fill the last 3 spots. Okay, put him on. Yeah, I got to buy him, Steve.
All right. Dennis, buy or sell, making the bed.
No, I'm selling that. I'm with Lukens. It's like, wait a second. Okay, so if I make this bed, the next time we use it, we're going to tear the covers back off.
Yep.
We're going to get in bed, and why don't we just save some time, leave the covers open, you just get in and pull them back up. I made the bed every day of my life from the time I can remember until I went to college, okay? And then when I came home from college, my dad still made me make the bed in the summertime, all right? I said when I became an adult, I was not ever making the bed again. And I pretty much lived to that. My wife gave me the same thing, Rick. Can you at least pull the covers up? Well, you know what I did? I showed her I got a job where I leave before she does.
Right,
okay? And then when the covers don't get pulled up, I go to her, could you at least pull the covers up?
That's one way to win an argument.
Right.
Wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work.
And when I use that line, she looks at me like, don't even. Don't even. You didn't pull those up for 25 years of our marriage. Stop it.
Dennis, buy or sell? I've used a food delivery app.
Sell, and we'll never use one, ever.
I'm stunned by that news.
Nope. No chance. There is no chance I'm using one of those.
Okay.
You got to pay extra, and I don't know what goes on.
You know what? You got to tip the person too.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm okay. This is
Does that include pizza delivery?
I don't have pizza delivered in my house.
All right.
I can't remember the last time I had somebody deliver food to my house. From when I was there, it's been at least 10 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and you got to tip somebody. I'd rather just go down and get it.
Yeah.
Because this is part of my cheapness here. Okay.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. All right, and Dennis, finally.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody'd be served like California.
Dennis, buy or sell the Beach Boys?
If you are my age, you have to buy the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can sell the Beach Boys. Now, people that are 10 years older than I am, that was really in their wheelhouse when they were like in high school. And that was the band before the Beatles got to be here. I mean, that was the Beach Boys were here a couple of years sooner.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that
I think
timeline.
62, I think, was their first hit. You have to buy them. They did some amazing things. The Beatles talked about some of the amazing things. The Pet Sounds album they did. The Pet Sounds album that the Beach Boys did forced the Beatles to do Sgt. Pepper. So, yeah, you have to buy the Beach Boys.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily buying them now. I don't know if I'd necessarily go to see them because there's nobody left.
Well, yeah, that's.
But I mean, what they are as far as what they mean to
listen to their album now, or you know something. Not.
Yeah. I got to buy them.
Okay.
I got to buy them. And then some of the amazing people that used to play backup for the Beach Boys. Glenn Campbell went on a couple of tours with him as a backup singer.
Captain and Tennille.
Daryl Dragon was the long-time keyboard player for the Beach Boys.
I've learned more about the Beach Boys in the last 2 minutes than I did in my prior 43 years. So, wow. Very good. Thank you, Dennis.
Anytime, Steve. I'll be back in 6 weeks to play
another. Right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
perfect.
Because I won't be here next Friday. I'm just
Let's get the opinions of the guy that wrote the questions. That's me. I'm Steve the Wingman. Football players making the first down signal. The Cougars are up like 38 points. And they're marching up and down the field, and their dudes continue to get first downs. And what do? They stand up and they give the first down signal. The Packers have a whopping 7-3 lead over the Bears last night. They convert a key 12 and 2nd and 14, and the dude stands up and gives the first down signal. Yay! Now you're on the 30-yard line. Congratulations.
Scoreboard, dude. Scoreboard.
Is that where you got the question last night watching that
game,
Steve?
When I watched some of the Cougar game last Saturday, it's like, come on, dude, you're beating the hell out of these guys. They're terrible. Don't pretend like you're super stoked you just got 5 yards and you got a first down. Like, stop it. Time and temperature of the room. Pay attention. And then the Packer dude did it last night. It's like, come on, bro.
I remember seeing that last night. My line is, I've gotten past that, Steve. It's like, don't do that. I don't want to do that. But I've gotten past it. But I can see where you were.
Here's the thing. Football season just started again, and so I'm gonna have to remember. Oh gosh, I hate the sound of Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth voices, and all the stuff that goes along with the football. And saw that last night. I was like, give me a break. Kyle Seager, top 5 all-time Seattle Mariner. Yeah, I think he is. When I when he hit his first home run last night, he hit 2. When he hit his first to become the first player to hit 20 home runs, 8 consecutive seasons, it's like, man, that's something. Griffey hit, I think it was 9 seasons, but there was an interruption because of the injury, and Edgar, basically the same thing. So, I mean, that's something, and you look at his career standing, and whether, Buhner is 4th or Alvin Davis is 4th, yeah, I got to put Kyle Seager top 5. And he's, whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, he's only going to climb the ladder.
Yes.
And he's going to firmly be probably 4th. I don't know that, I don't think he can eclipse Ichiro, Griffey, or Edgar. But
worst case scenario, Steve, or best case scenario, however you want to look at it, I think he's got at least a year and a half of playing regularly.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, but I'm not sure if that's good or bad. We'll find out. Making the bed. Yeah, no one's allowed in the master bedroom. The 11-year-old knows that you knock and that you enter. You open the door slowly. Part of the reason is we don't want the cats to get in the room because they could get lost in there for a month and we'd never see them again. Part of it is it's the bedroom, and it's not necessarily everything in the place where it should be right at this very moment. So, yeah, no one goes in there, except for my wife and I. That's it. That's the list. Yeah, and making the bed. I do tend to give the obligatory, well, I'll just throw the covers up. But, I mean, that's not, I don't make the bed.
That's not making the bed, no.
So I'm going to sell it. I don't, no one cares.
Steve, let's go to your house and let's all 3 of us get on the bed and take our picture.
Would love that.
Would that go over well?
Yes.
Okay.
The 3 of us would come into that bedroom, take the picture, and then I would be living at one of your houses.
Yeah.
At least until I could find an apartment for rent.
Okay, all right. So no then. All
yeah,
right.
no. I've used the food delivery app. I have not. I don't get it. Rick gave me the first reasonable thing. I was like, oh, sure. You have a couple of old fashions and you think, maybe I shouldn't drive.
Yeah, such and such sounds good, but I can't go out and get it.
Do you know what I would do there? Yeah. I would continue to drink, and then you won't worry about dinner. You don't even remember.
Yeah,
Did I eat dinner
have a
last
liquid
night?
diet.
I don't
Then
remember.
you got a problem the next morning.
Well, no, I'm just saying that, but I'm just, yeah.
I have not used one, and I'm not necessarily opposed to it, but it doesn't make any sense for me to pay $32 for something that I could get for $20 if I just went and got it myself. So I can't justify that. I'd have to had a few drinks, and so I'll keep that in mind. And then finally, I didn't know what they were saying for, 35 years. I didn't know that the title of the song was Barbara Ann until very recently. It was ba 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 banana. I didn't know what it was. I was thinking, just earlier today, I was like, I don't know. I've never really been a big Beach Boys fan. But then as I'm grabbing these songs and listening to them, they're all catchy. They're all good. And there's, 35 more that are the same. Just that catchy, boppy, good stuff. So I've got to buy the Beach Boys.
They're toe tappers. They're absolute toe tappers.
Excellent stuff. So I'm going to.
In My Room might be my favorite Beach Boys song of all time.
Okay.
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm curious what our first competitor thinks on these matters, because he's we've called him a polymath because he's a man of many talents. It's our good friend Ted. Hello, Ted.
Ted.
Wow.
He's also known as Mr. Excitement.
He is fired up for Friday.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I heard him this excited.
I know.
Big NFL weekend kicking off,
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I know what you're feeling there, Ted.
Yeah, my wife told me to calm down.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Wow.
When I answered the phone, I told Ted to just hold on. I just answered the phone. I said, hold on, I'll be right back with you. And when I picked back up the phone, Ted goes, why did you yell at me? I was like, I don't know, man. A regular talking voice for me is yelling. I apologize. So.
Well, actually, I told you that only my wife.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Only your wife gets to yell at you. That's right.
How about making the bed?
Thank you for correcting me.
We'll find out.
Yeah, well, let's find out the answers to these important questions and more, Ted. Buy or sell football players making the first down signal?
If it's like 18 yards and you make a first down, I can see that. But for the most part, I'll sell it. It's stupid.
Okay. Very good. Ted, buy or sell, Kyle Seager is a top 5 all-time Mariner batsman.
What I would like to hear is that the Mariners are in the playoffs.
Well, they just got eliminated from the playoffs officially a couple days ago.
Wednesday when they didn't play.
Yeah.
Yeah, only team that can lose the playoff berth by not playing.
Yeah, mathematically eliminated on a day you didn't play.
But I would say, yeah, I'll buy that.
You'll buy that he's a top 5, okay?
Yeah.
Buy or sell making the bed, Ted?
Yes, I do make my bed, but my wife hates it.
Oh, that's a role reversal there.
So she'd be okay with you just leaving it messed up?
Yeah, because she's still in the bed sleeping.
Kind of sends a message there.
Well, she gets up like around noon. I get up around 4.
Oh, yeah.
4 in the morning.
That's what polymaths do.
That's what polymaths
Well, they got things to do, Steve.
Yeah. So wait, Ted, are you buying or are you selling this?
He's buying making.
I guess
I'll buy it. I make it.
Yeah.
You're buying.
Not my wife's problem that she doesn't get up.
Oh, man. Ted, buy or sell, I've used a food delivery app.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
I go and buy fresh fruit at the store every day or two.
Yeah.
I don't want something in a box.
Yeah. In a box?
A lot of times it comes in a little plastic container.
Little,
it's usually what it comes in.
It comes in a gold. Well, wait a minute. Maybe if it came in gold.
Yeah, well, yeah, right, in that case. And then finally, Ted.
I'm picking up vibrations. She's giving me the excitations. I'm backing up.
So, Ted, did you play with the Beach Boys? Do you have a Beach Boys story? Or are you buying or selling the Beach Boys?
I'm 69 years old. Anybody that didn't love the Beach Boys back when they started is an idiot.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Beach Boys, Jan and Dean. Hey.
Yeah. Jan and
That
Dean.
was it.
Yep. Little old lady from Pasadena.
Yeah.
Dead Man's Curve.
Yeah, that was another good one. Would I go see them now? They're not the Beach Boys.
Yeah, it's not the Beach Boys, yeah.
It'd be like going to see the Rolling Stones, and Charlie Watts is the only one there.
Yeah.
True. True. Well, if Brian Wilson's there, it'd be Jagger and then nobody else, right?
Yeah.
Keith Richard maybe, but that's probably the only one that would live long enough.
Yeah, he'll still be touring in 50 years.
Yeah,
so.
that dude's is a cockroach. He's gonna live forever.
Well, hey, Ted, we appreciate the phone call.
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
Appreciate the energy. Thanks, Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get fooled by the industry.
Can't expect that every time.
Right.
No.
Yeah, don't expect this.
Okay, we appreciate
Gotcha.
that, Ted.
All
Thanks
right.
thanks for dialing it up for us. Man,
That's right.
He's unbelievable, Steve.
I know.
Ted was on fire.
Baby, he
As
was.
usual. As usual. The final competitor on the buy and the sell for the day and for the week is...
Hey.
Oh, this is perfect.
First time caller.
First time caller.
A first time caller.
First time caller.
Just turn your radio down. No swearing allowed. Speak clearly into the phone and make mama proud.
I didn't have enough time to get to know this competitor, so I'm excited we all get to know her on the air together. It's Teresa. Hello, Teresa.
Hey, Teresa.
Hello, how are you guys?
We're great. Thanks for calling.
Do I sound okay? Because I know I'm in my car. I'm just listening. I'm not driving.
You sound good. You sound good.
You sound way better than we do. I'll just tell
Very
you that
clear.
right now. Yeah.
Perfect.
Teresa, do you spell your name with an H or without?
An H.
Okay.
T-H-E-R-E-S.
All right.
You guys are amazing. You're making me laugh so darn hard. I'm serious. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Very good. Teresa, where are you from?
I'm from Spokane.
Okay.
I used to live in Canada, though. I married a Canadian. I lived up in Nelson.
Oh yeah, that's almost like Washington, but it's Canada.
It's Canada.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, well, Teresa, we're glad you're listening. We're glad you called, and thank you for hanging on. Now,
Sure.
see if you can help us make some other people laugh with the buy and the sell.
Okay, I will.
Teresa, what do you think about football players making the first down signal? You buying or selling that?
I'm going to sell that.
Okay.
It's just, it's the way it is. You know, it's just starting the season. I used to play competitive women's softball, but I still watch football. But I'm just going to go ahead and sell that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just me.
No, it's not just you.
No.
It's everybody, as a matter of fact. Teresa, buy or sell, Kyle Seager is a top 5 all-time Seattle Mariner batter.
Yes. I'm aware of that. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and sell.
You're going to sell?
Wow.
Okay.
I know. Ouch.
No.
Well, I do follow sports and, you know, try to do my best, but I'm just going to do my own little regimen. And when I have a feeling, then I just say it. I tell it out as it is.
Perfect.
I'll bet you Teresa's favorite Mariner batter is what's his bucket, the Canadian guy they traded away.
No, it's Edgar Martinez.
Michael Saunders?
Michael Saunders, yeah.
No, it's not Michael Saunders.
Canadian.
Yeah, she's not Canadian. She just married a Canadian.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sell.
Okay.
All right.
That's all. You know what? Honestly, I think all three of us would like to sell it. We can't
We
come
just
up
can't.
with 5
It's
guys.
sad that we have to buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, a little sad.
You had
I'm
more.
busted.
You had more
I'm
guts.
grounded.
You had more. No, you had more
No.
guts than we did.
Yeah.
Right. Teresa, now we get to the important questions like buy or sell making the bed.
Oh, you know what? Oh, well, I work in the nursing field, and when I walk into a resident's room, you knock on the door because sometimes couples are there, and if I'm going to somebody's home, oh, you know what? I ask where the restroom is, and if it's upstairs and the doors are closed, I never go in there. And then my cousin had told me that's our master bedroom or the big one, and I don't even go in there. And she goes, "Oh, you can go in there." I go, "No, no way. I don't even. That's not my territory. It's not my home. I will never make somebody's bed. I'm lucky to make my own."
And you're a nurse? Don't nurses make beds? I mean, did they name like the corners, the hospital corners were named basically after you?
Well, I do. When I lived in Canada, they had a regimen. We did different things in our pillows. They had a different way to do the pillowcases, and it was different in Canada. But no, I wouldn't go in to somebody's home because I'm used to doing it in a facility, hospital.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't go in somebody's bedroom. I did one time. I went into my cousin's room. It was like, oh, no, I'm out of here. I shut the door. It's like, I'm so... no, it wasn't funny. It was disgusting. It was not
Teresa,
even funny.
I want to make something clear. Teresa, I'm not asking you to make my bed. I want to know if you make your bed.
Are you in on making the bed? You make the bed in your house?
Yeah, do you make the bed?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Then you're
I'm
buying
single. Yeah, I'm buying it.
And I just want to say the damn Canadians screwing up the pillows. That's enough to make us want to close the borders.
Leave it
I'm
to
just
Canadians
saying
to
right
have
now.
their own way of
Yes!
putting a pillowcase on.
Yes.
How's
and
that?
you know, it's different. It's like you do 2 pillow slips, you stuff the pillow in there, you fold it over, and then I have a nurse look at me, and she goes, "No, you're not doing it right." And then an Army nurse came in there, and she goes, "If you can't make this bed, they do it a quarter, like the Army or something. If the sheets aren't correct, you do something with a quarter
You
on
bounce
there."
the
I'm
quarter,
thinking,
yeah.
something with the military. But anyway, I did it.
Good for you, but damn Canadians. All right.
Yeah, silly Canadian.
Yeah.
Are you?
No. I just said the damn Canadians for screwing it up. They're probably putting the tags on the outside instead of on the inside.
Yeah, you're making me laugh.
Oh,
When
sorry.
I was young,
Okay, all right, okay.
That's great. I'm laughing so darn hard.
Teresa, buy or sell, have you used a food delivery app like DoorDash or Uber Eats?
No.
Okay.
No, what I do is, being a single mom, I raised my son. I got my own eats. And if I want something, there's a few times I have somebody deliver, like Chinese, but not very often. I just go pick up something, or I do my own food cooking. No, I don't never use Uber, nothing. No.
Okay.
I'll get my own food or just cook. I'll go to Freddy's or Yolks and make my own Russian food, and then I do my meals for a week, and then I freeze them.
Very smart.
That's what I do.
Very
I'm
smart.
just thrifty.
Very thrifty. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Teresa, most people aren't as smart as you, and so they haven't thought about their dinner for the week. They have to. Wow, wait a second, I have to eat again. That's very good. Teresa, finally, we learned you're not this, but do you like?
I wish they all could be California.
Are you buying or selling the Beach Boys?
Yes, because I love the Beach Boys, Brad Wilson. And you know what? I have a really good song, and I might just sing it to you.
Go.
Can I do that on the air?
Go. Yeah, we'll cut you off if we don't like it.
Okay. Oh, are you?
Yeah. No, but we're listening right now.
No, we're listening. You got a shot,
go.
but we don't know how long this is going to last.
You might get a gong.
Yeah.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well, here we go.
Okay.
I'm going to sing it.
Go.
Well, it's been building up inside of me, for how long, and it's a da-da-da-da.
Oh, you forgot the words.
Well, that's,
I know, I'm trying.
Hey, you know what? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Teresa, thank you. Thank you for being part of Buy or Sell. Please call back.
I love it. Thank
All right,
you.
thank you. That's Teresa.
The song was called "Don't Worry."
Yeah.
Don't worry, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how Steve picked 5. There's like 50.
Yeah.
Oh, songs? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, How do you pick?
I don't know.
We're selling football players should make making the first down signal. We sold that 5-0. We're buying Kyle Seager's top 5 all time. Teresa had to sell it though. We bought it 4-1. We're selling making the bed 3-2. We're selling you having used a food delivery app. Rick's the only one that did. We sold it 4-1, and we clean sweep bought the Beach Boys 5-0.
That is Buy or Sell, brought to you by Dynamic Decks, custom decks built right. Ted and Teresa playing on the show today. We're going to take a timeout, read some of your texts, and we come back, and we might give you the word of the day or not. We don't know.
Billy.
Patchin and Lukens in the Frostbrook Coors Light Studio.
Here's Matt Schupp, owner of Dynamic Decks.
You know, one of the things I wanted to point out was we've been very blessed to have amazing employees at Dynamic Decks, and I have the greatest crews out there to build these decks, and we get nothing but compliments from our customers. You know, as the owner of the company, that's the most important thing to me, is that the customer has a good experience. When it's all done, not only did they have a nice deck, but they just really enjoyed the guys, and they really do. And I know a lot of people hire a contractor and they send their guys out and they show up on the job, and sometimes it's scary. And they're like, I don't know these guys. I don't trust these guys. I don't know if I want these guys coming in my house or being in my yard or leaving their tools here or whatever. But we don't have any problem with that with our guys. Everybody likes who we send out to the jobs.
Custom decks built right. Dynamic Decks. Visit them online, dynamicdecksinc.com, or phone 464-3325. Dynamic Decks.
The ticket window is now open.
The Seahawks open the season this weekend. I'm Dennis Patchin with his Coors Light, 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center. Seattle's a 9.5-point favorite. The Hawks will open up against the Bengals. The opener kicks off Sunday at 1. Washington State will look to improve to 2-0. The Cougs hosting Northern Colorado. It kicks at 2. Washington hosting Cal. It's the first Pac-12 game of the year. Kickoff in Seattle is at 7:30. It's a doubleheader right here on 700 ESPN. Eastern Washington will host Division II Lindenwood. Our coverage will start at noon. That's followed up by Idaho and Central Washington with a 6 o'clock kickoff. Whitworth starts the season in California at Laverne Saturday morning at 11. Spokane Indians win Game 2 of the playoff series last night, 5-1 at Tri-City. Third and deciding game in Pasco tonight at 7. Mariners lose 11-9 in 13 innings last night to Houston after blowing a 7-run lead. This 700 ESPN 105.3 FM Spokane Sports Center is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Global Credit Union would like to thank our military and their families for the sacrifices made by asking everyone to wear red on Friday this summer. Why is it red? Remember, everyone deploy. Red Friday was created to remind people of our heroes overseas. Global Credit Union invites you to show your support from Memorial Day through September 11th by wearing red every Friday. You can also pick up a Support Your Troops wristband at any Global Credit Union branch location or here at our studios. Global Credit Union wants you to know why you wear red on Fridays. Share your photos and stories by uploading them to Global's Facebook page or email the info to globalcu.org. For more information, visit globalcu.org.
Mom, I'm bored. Yeah, we need to get away. Wow. At 6.5% APY, our Global Credit Union Smart Savings really adds up. Let's go.
Beat the summer blues with Global Credit Union Smart Savings. Federally insured by NCUA.
Do good, feel good, that's the Ad Servio way. Inland Northwest Honor Flight has provided over 1,500 veterans the opportunity to visit their wartime memorial in Washington, D.C. These trips simply are not possible without your support. Residential Home Solutions advise you to learn more at inwhonorflight.org. This message is brought to you proudly by Ad Servio with support from Global Credit Union, Residential Home Solutions, and Zero Res.
Pack up your sunscreen and grab your flip-flops because September is our $30,000 Let's Party Beaches giveaway at Coeur d'Alene Casino. Win one of 5 travel, cash, and EPC prize packages valued at up to $5,000 each, plus 15 more EPC and cash prizes. So come and play with your Core Rewards card and earn entries now through the prize giveaway on September 21st. It's the Let's Party Beaches giveaway, only at Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Performance anxiety? Send your comments instead by text to Patchin and Lukens by way of the Coors Light 700 ESPN text line. 509-315-7833. Powered by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Patchin and Lukens. Every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
700 ESPN. 105.3 FM. Don't forget your chance to win is when we open the ticket window on Patchin and Lukens.
700 ESPN 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light Studios. Steve, who's our latest winner?
Aaron Rue.
Aaron Rue picks himself up a family fare pack to the Spokane Interstate Fair. We'll have more of those to give away next week. Final contest of the day. 4 tickets to see Foreigner in concert on Wednesday the 11th. Of next week, 2 tickets, I should say, to see Foreigner. You have a pair of tickets, and that includes a pair of fair admission tickets. So you get into the fair and you get into the concert. Color 10, the last pair of Foreigner tickets to give away from the Spokane Interstate Fair when Steve opens the ticket window at 244-ESPN, 509-244-3776, caller number 10. Doug said the Beach Boys band that is led by Mike Love also includes Bruce Johnston, who has been with the Beach Boys since almost the beginning, touring regularly with over 100 shows a year. I just drove to the Oregon State Fair in Salem and saw them last week.
Okay.
So there's 4 guys that are out there still touring in some shape or fashion.
As
Mike
the Beach
Love,
Boys, yeah.
Al Jardine, original members, Brian Wilson, the only Wilson brother still alive, and then Tom Johnston. Tom Johnston's the lead singer of the Doobie Brothers. So Bruce Johnston is that. Robin the Palouse gave a double thumbs up to Teresa, our caller. Outstanding. Says, this cowboy on the Palouse salutes you. Have a wonderful weekend. There you go. James said, my dad grew up in Southern California, saw the Beach Boys open up for Jan and Dean at an outdoor concert on the beach. This is before the Beach Boys became more popular than Jan and Dean. I thought it was the other way around. I thought the Beach Boys were before Jan and Dean.
I kind of did too, but that's possible.
Yeah.
It's. I remember seeing some kind of biopic, and it was like they were running about the same time, but the Jan and Dean might have been out in front of them.
The Beach Boys wrote some of Jan and Dean's songs. Brian Wilson did. Chad goes, how can you put a pillowcase on differently? Throw it in the air and catch it in the pillowcase?
Well, I mean, when I put a pillowcase on, yes, like I do what most people do. I put the pillow in between my teeth.
Yes.
And then cinch it up from below.
Correct.
You know?
With the tag not in your teeth on the other end.
Yes, the tag is inside the pillowcase.
Correct.
But I would think in a hospital, they frown on you putting the pillowcase in your mouth, the pillow in your mouth.
Probably then you just take the pillowcase, the pillow, and just jam it in.
Yeah, or you could maybe put it between your chin and your chest. But that's not optimal.
Travis,
putting it in your mouth is more optimal than putting it under your chin?
Yeah, it gives you much better control.
Oh, brother.
Much better control.
I'm with Lukens on this.
Yeah.
The mouth technique is the best as far as I'm concerned. Travis says, would it make your day, guys, if Ted called and answered with excitement? It wouldn't be Ted, but I think it would be hilarious.
Nah, he's done well. He actually did the excitement thing one time, and I think we had to bleep him one time.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, Rick, his excitement is not what you would think is excitement. Okay, it's like, no. People were texting in about the top 5. Somebody said, what about John Olerud? Was he there long enough to be a top 5 hitter?
No, I mean, he was Toronto maybe gets to claim him as a top 5 hitter, or maybe even the Mets.
No, I don't think he was with the Mets long
Probably
enough.
not long enough, but Toronto would get to claim him as a top 5
And somebody texted in saying, what about Randy Johnson? What about Felix? We said hitters.
Batters,
We're not pitchers.
Batters, yeah. All right, so 1983, Bud Namick and I we're flying back from somewhere. I think it might have been a basketball tournament or something.
Coming back from Iowa? The Cougar Iowa game?
No, I think it might have been the Far West Classic or something like that. And we got a USA Today on the airplane. You know, that's how long ago this was. And Bud looks at it and he says, "Oh, Dennis Wilson died." And I'm like, "Wow!" And Dennis, Bud says, "Yeah, apparently he drowned at
fell off his boat."
Yeah, Marina Del Rey, and I mean, it was sad. Now, what I'm about to tell you is slightly irreverent, but I mean, many years have passed. Nearly 40 years have passed. But Bud Namick says, maybe the Beach Boys can come out with a new song like "In My Tomb." It's like "In My Room." And I said, no, that's morbid. And I said, it'd be more like, and I took me like 5 seconds to come up with this. I went, drown, drown, Danny, drown, oh, Danny, drown.
Wow.
Okay. This guy behind me started laughing.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And then I waited a few more seconds. I was like, he got bugs swimming up and down the same old strip. So we found a new beach where the tide went rip. And then the guy behind me starts cracking up and he goes, "Oh, Danny, drown."
Oh, no.
And I go, "Drown. He didn't learn to swim." I mean, it was just, and then we had like 4 people on the plane coming up with lyrics. This was all before we took off.
You're all going straight to hell.
We were bonded in our grief.
That's what it was? It was grief? You're going to meet those people again. Dano said, healthy to leave the bed unmade. Proven study. Cools the bedding faster, stopping microbial growth.
To leave it unmade?
Yes.
Okay, but there was somebody else who said it's scientifically proven that getting into a bed that's been made promotes better sleep. I don't remember his exact words. And I got to agree that, like, nothing feels better bedding-wise than getting into a bed that's been made with clean sheets, crisp linen, or whatever.
That has nothing to do with the bed. That has to do with the clean sheets.
It does, but it feels good. And peeling back the covers and getting in, actually, I can buy that it might promote better sleep. That said,
you're not drinking enough.
I'm still not making the bed.
You drink more and you'll get great sleep.
No, alcohol-induced sleep is not quality sleep.
Okay.
That's a scientific fact.
Says you.
That's a scientific fact.
Beach Boys Big Sell, Dano said, high school PE teacher played them all the time for running. Running plus Beach Boys equals nah.
Yeah, well.
Okay, I completely understand that.
That's a bad sense memory that you have with the Beach Boys. That's all. Now play the Beach Boys while you're doing something you enjoy, and then you will once again appreciate the Beach Boys.
Jersey Mark said, how old is Dennis Patchin? Like 200 years old, no food delivery?
Not only no food delivery, never, ever.
No, I'm not saying never,
Well,
ever.
you're not using an app for food delivery.
No, I will never have food delivered to my house ever again. Now, in the past, there's been pizza delivered.
Okay.
I think that's probably the only thing. But now, moving forward, no. Pat says, Patchin has become his father minus the bed. Nope. Nope. Sorry. Jerry said, Dennis, could you bounce a quarter off the sheets to pass inspection? Didn't have to do that.
Weren't you listening? He doesn't make the bed.
No.
When
I was a kid.
Back in the day. Okay.
There was just the look of, is your bed made? And it's not just pulling up, that the stuff had to be tucked in. Scott says, a bed made is always more satisfying than getting into a messy one, like a hotel.
I'm going to agree. I mean, if you're in a hotel and you walk in and they haven't made the bed, you're not getting in, okay? You're saying, get somebody in here and make this bed. But that's different because it looks like somebody else has slept in it.
We got a text. I don't know who this is from, and maybe he didn't want to include his name because he didn't want to get his old man in trouble. My first concert was the Beach Boys at the Gorge. My dad and I kept passing the binoculars back and forth to look at the cheerleaders dancing on the stage. My mother was not impressed.
They had cheerleaders on the stage?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They did. If you go back and look at some of those old videos, like we're in there at the Capitol, they always played on 4th of July.
Okay.
There's cheerleaders on the stages for that. Calvin said, Rick, it's scientifically proven that getting into a cleanly made bed causes a person to have much better night's sleep. Something to do with the brain, I suppose.
I don't doubt that, Calvin. I'm still not making the bed.
So we got one guy says
I do. I just pull the covers
one
up.
guy says it promotes better sleep. One guy says it cuts down on the microbial growth. Who do we believe now?
I don't believe Chip. He says I'm literally sprinting to hell. Take out the word literally, Chad, and how does it change your statement?
You're
I'm
not
just asking, Chad.
You're
going to
go for the literally
and tell me how
he gave you the wrong your.
Yeah.
Just rip Chip up.
Yeah, but remove the word literally
going to
from
hell
that
anyway,
sentence,
so
Chad.
why does it matter?
And how does it change your statement? I'm still going to HE double toothpicks.
Corey said there's a national level sleep laboratory here in Spokane at Washington State, Spokane. I promise you that sleep cause of drinking is not quality or REM sleep. Did anybody believe me that I was serious?
Corey's on my, my page.
Corey is a way more sensitive guy than he needs to be.
Alcohol-induced sleep is not quality sleep.
Do you think I was being serious?
Ambient-induced sleep. That's quality sleep.
Is it?
I don't know.
I've never taken that before.
I've never taken one either.
I've never done that before. Edgar says both those guys can be right. Oh, no, stop it. Just stop. All right. You want to do our NFL picks?
Yes.
Okay, before we do that, I might give you the word of the day or not. I don't know. How many wins do the Seahawks have this season? We just need the number. We don't know how many losses. We don't need a breakdown. Just text us the number of wins.
Oh, this is going to be genius.
I know. Steve, can you put
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Can you put this up on the Facebook page as well? Please put that up there because I want to see how many people can't follow instructions. Text us. How many wins do the Seahawks have this season? We'll give you that before we get out of here. When we come back, our first NFL picks of the season. We'll do it next. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostproof Coors Light Studio. 700 ESPN, 105.3 FM.
The ticket window is now open.
Your great escape awaits at the newly remodeled Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel, where winning is closer than you think.
Last week, my wife called and asked me to pick up some bread on the way home, so I went directly to Northern Quest and hit a mega jackpot. Turns out she had her heart set on a loaf of whole wheat. But we worked through that.
From Vegas-style gaming to dinner at Maslow's Steakhouse to relaxing at La Rive Spa, you can have it all at Spokane's own Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Book now at northernquest.com.
All right, sir, do you know how fast you were going back there?
Well, not really. This new Jaguar from Northern Quest is just so dang comfortable.
That's enough, sir. I'm gonna have to ask myself to have a seat in your car.
Say what?
Oh, Daddy likes.
Don't miss the Jag Rover Takeover at Northern Quest for your chance to win a Jaguar, Range Rover, or 50 grand in cash. Get one free entry daily. Play for even more. Details at northernquest.com.
Ooh, fresh leather.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ziprecruiter.com/score. That's ziprecruiter.com/score. ziprecruiter.com/score.
Clearance TVs, demos, audio gear, closeouts, and hundreds of open box items. Get special buys and hot deals this weekend at Huppin's Clearance Sale, 8016 North Division. We're cleaning out our warehouse, and we've cut our low prices even lower. You'll save even more on the best brands of TVs, audio gear, wireless Bluetooth speakers, headphones, cameras, and more. Get Huppin's Clearance Sale savings on a Samsung 65-inch 4K Smart TV, just $549. Pump up your TV audio and save on a Klipsch soundbar with subwoofer and Bluetooth, only $149. We're blowing out Beats wired in-ear headphones, just $29. GoPro Hero 7 Silver Action Cam, just $199. We need more room. Huppin's is stacked to the rafters with hundreds of open box TVs, audio gear, wireless Bluetooth speakers, headphones, cameras, and more. This sale includes Huppin's best brands, all priced to move this weekend. Going on now through Sunday. Spend less and get even more at Huppin's Clearance Sale, 8016 North Division.
Try Valley VIP Auto Sales for your next vehicle purchase. All-wheel drives, diesels, lifted trucks, distance between VIP and the competition. Better quality, better prices, hands down. Our sales professionals are out to serve the customer's needs to get you exactly what you want at the best price possible, without a time-consuming hassle. We have more than 100 vehicles priced under 12 grand. A lot of these take next to nothing as a down payment, regardless of your situation. Valley VIP Auto Sales in Spokane Valley.
It's time to make some memories at Avondale Golf Course in Hayden Lake. Avondale's top-notch junior golf program is a great way for younger golfers to enjoy the summer. The course is beautiful, the staff is friendly, and the pro shop is fully stocked with everything you need to up your game. While you're there, ask about the current club membership specials and check out the new Avondale Bar and Grill menu. Book your tee time today. Visit AvondaleGolfCourse.com for more details.
All right, sir, do you know how fast you were going back there?
Well, not really. This new Jaguar from Northern Quest is just so dang comfortable.
That's enough, sir. I'm gonna have to ask myself to have a seat in your car.
Say what?
Oh, Daddy likes.
Don't miss the Jag Rover Takeover at Northern Quest for your chance to win a Jaguar, Range Rover, or 50 grand in cash. Get one free entry daily. Play for even more. Details at northernquest.com.
Ooh, fresh leather.
There are a lot of things to consider when looking for a real estate agent to help you buy, sell, or list a house.
Every day you're on the go, checking things out.
Sometimes it's about repairing drywall.
Looking at market trends and research to determine pricing.
Meeting water and sewer companies to develop land.
Answering 80 phone calls a day from people just looking.
For over 80 years, Coldwell Banker Tomlinson real estate agents have been working hard to help people navigate through the home buying and selling process. It's not an easy job, but it's always rewarding. And with over 160 agents in the field and traditions of excellence, they've earned the trust of this community by doing it right.
We understand this is a major purchase.
It's more than just putting a sign in the ground.
It's about the extra effort that all adds up.
There's a sense of pride of going the extra mile, paying close attention to detail.
It's this kind of dedication and commitment that sets the standard as the hardest working pros in the industry today. Coldwell Banker Tomlinson. Let's go to work.
Hey, hon, let's pick up a huge XLNY pizza.
Hey, Maps, give me directions to Papa Murphy's.
Boop boop. Rerouting to Yumsville.
Oh, Molly, you don't have to do the Maps voice.
Boop boop. Take a left on Huge Pizza Road.
Okay, babe, I can just follow the real directions.
Bake it up a notch tonight. Get any made-from-scratch XLNY with a foldable New York-style crust for only $9. Papa Murphy's Pizza. We make it, you bake it.
Dave Smith's low prices sale is here. Our prices are save up to $12,000 on a new GMC Sierra trunk. We are professional grade. 800-635-8000. DaveSmiths.com.
Download the mobile app and listen to the show anywhere. 700 ESPN.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio.
This segment brought to you by Bulldog Rooter.
People, oh my goodness. Somebody texted in saying, hey, the Seahawks will have 11 wins and still 11 if you include the playoffs.
Yeah, he's trying to make a funny there.
Are the playoffs ever included in win totals? Answer the question. No, they're not.
No. However,
don't.
That was put in there as a funny.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
Okay, when I give you an assignment, I don't want any funnies. I want the number.
Can we not follow instructions?
No. People, unbelievable. No. How many wins in the regular season? Just the number of wins. At least he didn't go 11-5. Because we don't need the losses, we just need the wins. We can figure out whatever number you have minus from 16 is. All right. Time for our college picks. We already did that. Time for our NFL picks. We haven't had any picks yet this year. So, Steve, how did we do last year?
Thanks for asking, Dennis. NFL Picks of the Week.
I forgot. I talked to Larry Weir, so I wasn't going on the air. I wasn't talking to anybody. I was talking to myself there.
That's
that was
right.
Fun.
Because we got GSL football coming up. A big game tonight. Prep in Coeur d'Alene.
Yes, indeed.
That'll
Coming
be a blast.
Annual battle.
Yeah. They used to play it all the time. Now they're back playing it. Outstanding.
Pre-game 6:30. Kickoff just after 7 o'clock.
Correct.
Right here.
Correct statement. On your home of the GSL.
That's right.
There you go. All right.
Paul Weir, Larry Sorensen. Should be a great game.
All right.
Last year in the NFL picks.
Yes.
It looks like Dennis Patchin won with a record of 28-19-4.
I'll take that.
Rick Lukens. No, oh man. Looks like Steve the Wingman was second place, just above Rick Lukens.
Yeah, it went right down to the wire
I
last
was
year.
24-27. Rick was 23.5 and 27.5.
Had a tie in there.
Yeah.
Well, I had 2 ties. Rick
Push.
had 3 ties.
Yeah, a little push action.
So I just edged out Rick for second place, but fairly close. I don't know. Dennis had a pretty convincing victory. Convincing victory for Dennis.
All right, I'll go first since I went last for the college picks. Guys, I'm laying the points. I'm taking the Seahawks minus 9.5. That's a bit of a but I'm okay with it, so I'm taking that. Kansas City's at Jacksonville. I'm taking the Chiefs, laying the 3.5 points on the road. I don't know if Nick Foles is going to play. He suffered stomach problems. It could be Gardner Minshew going up against Kansas City. I'm taking the Chiefs, laying the 3.5 points. And I'm also taking another road favorite, LA Rams at Carolina. Cooper Kupp's back, and Jared Goff was way better with Cooper Kupp in the lineup than when he wasn't. So I'm taking the Rams. They've got Todd Gurley's got full go. I like the Rams to win that game at Carolina.
Yeah, I considered that Jacksonville-Kansas City game, but you know what? Jacksonville's got a great defense. And somebody asked me the other day, how many touchdowns do you think Patrick Mahomes will throw this year? You think he'll be at like 48? I said, I'm going to put him at 36, which is a nice number for an NFL quarterback. I'm going to put him at 36, and he might be a little bit more.
I don't know.
How can you say 30? How can you say 36? Here's how I can say it. In the NFL, defenses figure things out.
Okay.
And I think that was an audacious number for Mahomes to throw last year, and he was fantastic.
He had 50 last year.
Yeah, I know. I don't think that you can hold him to that standard again.
I think he's 45.
Okay.
44, 45 is what I think. I mean, he'll have a drop-off, but that offense is too good.
We'll see. Defenses figure things out. I'm anxious to see what, and I don't care about Kansas City. They're in the AFC. I don't care about them.
Right.
I'm anxious to see what they do this year, and I think Jacksonville's defense is a great start to see how they do.
He'll get a test, that's for sure.
Yeah. I, too, am taking the Seahawks and laying the 9.5. Man, that's a lot of points to lay in the NFL. It really is.
Especially in the opener.
For me, this is more an indication of what I think of Cincinnati than what I think of the Seahawks, although I think the Seahawks offense is going to be have many more facets and be much improved this year. The 49ers, unproven though they are, at Tampa Bay. Remember last year? I was in the survivor pool last year, and I was eliminated for like the third year in a row. I was eliminated in the first game of the season on the survivor pool.
Can I recommend you stop playing those?
Yeah, I'm in it again.
Okay.
I'm in it again. And by the way, I picked the survivor pool. I picked the Seahawks. It's straight up, no point spread. Straight up, yeah. So everybody can laugh at me on Monday if I'm out again.
I don't think you're going to be out. You're like the Cougars
last
against
year,
Pac-12 or Big Sky teams.
More than half of my survivor pool was eliminated on the New Orleans Saints opener at home against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay just put the world on its ear in that first game, and then they were crap the rest of the way. Now you got the newly rejuvenated Jameis Winston with his new quarterback whisperer, Bruce Arians, going up against the 49ers, who, I'm sorry, have not yet proven a thing to me, and they're only giving up a point at home. I'm going to take Tampa Bay in that game. And then finally, I may just pick against Arizona all year. I mean, we'll see what the point spreads are. But Detroit is laying only 2.5 at Arizona. Detroit's a decent team. They've got a very good quarterback. They've got a good running game. Yeah, they'll win by more than 2.5 at Arizona. So that's me.
Steve?
The Rams and the Panthers. Rams are the 2-point favorite. It was like 1.5 just this morning. It moved to half a point in a short period of time.
It's a 1.5 is what I had, Steve. Is that right?
Yeah, well, that was the thing. I checked it 8-9 this morning, and then I went back at 3 or something, and it was at 2. So,
okay. Well, if you picked it when you picked it, you can go with 1.5.
When I saw it at 1.5, I was like, what?
Yeah.
I know that they were garbage in the Super Bowl, but they're taking on Cam Newton, who just had off-season surgery, and the Rams are only favored by 1.5.
It was 2.5 yesterday when I did the thing around noon.
It's moved all over the place.
Wow. So you can get it 1.5.
A little bit here or there. Okay.
Rams still in a funk after that Super Bowl performance. I think
guess.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Maybe.
If I just paid Jared Goff $800 million, I'd be in a funk too. I'm still going to take the Rams, lay the 1.5. Kansas City, Jacksonville. Yeah, the heir apparent to being he's not Andrew Luck, and he's not Justin Herbert. He's right in the middle. He's Patrick Mahomes. He's not the greatest thing since sliced bread, but he's pretty darn close. I don't care how good Jacksonville's defense is. It's Patrick Mahomes. He's the NFL MVP. Threw for 800 touchdowns last year. I'm going to take Kansas City and lay the 3.5
Just
points.
a minute ago, you said it was 50. So, okay, go ahead.
Yes. I checked again. It moved up. It's 800.
Okay.
And then Seahawks and the Bungles.
You're taking the same games I did, Steve.
Yeah.
All right.
Seahawks and the Bungles. I don't know. I guess maybe I've watched too many Seahawks games in my life. I see them winning the game.
You're taking the Bengals.
But I'm taking the under 43.5.
Wow. Okay, that might be a good bet, Steve. I didn't even think about that. Steve is the king of the over-unders.
The Seahawks will put more than 30 points on the board.
Wow.
Yeah, see, I feel like I think that every damn year, and then they come out and they win 14-7 or 21-10, and it's like I want the offense to be explosive, and it just never is.
You know what we should do? We should, just for fun, I don't know if we have time. We don't have time today. Just go back and look at the Seahawks the last 5 years in their openers and see if they covered the spread or not. All right. Hey, we got a text. Those are our NFL picks. Travis says, where's the G Prep game at tonight? Albie? Travis, you're not paying attention. Gonzaga Prep's had their home field there for, 10 years now? More than 10 years?
They play at their place.
They play at Gonzaga Prep. So if you're going to the game, that should be a big crowd there tonight, too, with Coeur d'Alene coming to town.
Yeah, there might be some seats left on the cement for you there.
Standing room only.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to come back. We'll give you our number, how many wins the Seahawks will have. When we come back, you can text us 315-7833. What do you think the number is? Steve's going to put that up on Facebook as well. You can chime in all throughout the weekend. Patchin and Lukens here in the Frostbrook Coors Light studio.
This is your Coors Light Eagle Minute, a look at Eastern Washington University athletics. I'm Larry Ware. The football team plays their home opener tomorrow on Roos Field against Lindenwood, a Division II school from Missouri. The Eagles have played a game as they lost their season opener last week to Washington, but this is Lindenwood's first game of the year, and they have a new defensive coordinator. Head coach Aaron Best says that makes preparation a little more difficult.
We've got to be prepared for what they showed last year, but also what they could get into this year. Having a new coordinator from January on, they've implemented their new schemes in spring. We have a good idea what they're going to be, but we're not going to be able to see that unfold until we actually see them line up against us.
Kickoff tomorrow is set for 1 o'clock. Our pregame coverage starts at noon here on 700 ESPN and 105.3 FM. The volleyball team will continue tomorrow at the Drake Tournament as they play St. Louis, and the soccer team is on the pitch right now at Cal State Bakersfield. They'll continue their California road swing Sunday at Cal State Northridge. That's your Eagle Minute, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell Ford, Wendell Nissan, and Wendell Pre-Owned. Over 500 vehicles in one location.
Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center. We still have the possibility of a few sprinkles early this evening. Otherwise, we'll be drying out and clearing up with clear skies overnight and a low of 53. For Saturday, sunshine to start the day with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon and a high of 82.
Your local forecast brought to you by Wendell at the Y, online at wendell.com.
700 ESPN.
Life without VIP.
So bored.
Hello? No, I don't want a free insurance quote.
Life with VIP.
Tickets!
You choose the 700 ESPN Field Pass, your VIP access to all things cool and free. Powered by Toyota. Let's go places. Get yours today at 700ESPN.com.
Clearance TVs, demos, audio gear, closeouts, and hundreds of open box items. Get special buys and hot deals this weekend at Huppin's Clearance Sale, 8016 North Division. We're cleaning out our warehouse, and we've cut our low prices even lower. You'll save even more on the best brands of TVs, audio gear, wireless Bluetooth speakers, headphones, cameras, and more. Get Huppin's Clearance Sale savings on a Samsung 65-inch 4K Smart TV, just $549. Pump up your TV audio and save on a Klipsch soundbar with subwoofer and Bluetooth, only $149. We're blowing out Beats wired in-ear headphones, just $29. GoPro Hero 7 Silver Action Cam, just $199. We need more room. Huppin's is stacked to the rafters with hundreds of open box TVs, audio gear, wireless Bluetooth speakers, headphones, cameras, and more. This sale includes Huppin's best brands, all priced to move this weekend. Going on now through Sunday. Spend less and get even more at Huppin's Clearance Sale, 8016 North Division.
You're going to want to get to the Viking on Sunday to watch the games you want to see, no matter who your team is. You'll find them on one of the 8 screens at the Viking. The Viking will have a Bloody Mary bar, mimosa bar, and brunch from 10 to 2. They always have 24 rotating taps along with a full menu of great food to choose from. And all ages are welcome until 9 p.m. Call 326-6241 to reserve your table today. And enjoy the game at the Viking.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/score. That's ZipRecruiter.com/score. ZipRecruiter.com/score.
Dave Smith's low prices sale is here. Our prices are low. Save up to $14,500 on a new Chevy Silverado truck. Find new roads. 800-635-8000. DaveSmiths.com.
Hey, this is a great time of year to get Zero Res into your home to do some cleaning. You know, we just experienced back to school, and what Zero Res likes to say is that's a good time for back to clean. You know, after a busy summer in your home, maybe a freshening up is needed. Maybe you want to, get into this busy time of year, and it really does start to get hectic from here on out till the end of the year. Maybe you want to start it off by getting your home in ship shape, and Zero Res can do that for you. From cleaning the carpets to the tile and grout to the vents, Zero Res can make the home air, the air in your home healthier to breathe. They can make the entire home environment a cleaner, healthier place. And it starts with the carpet cleaning, that deep powered water carpet cleaning, where water, especially ionized, patented powered water, is used to clean. No soap or shampoo, hence no residues that are going to attract dirt back to the area. So when Zero Res cleans, you get a true clean that's going to last months longer. And when Zero Res cleans your vents, you're good 2 to 3 years between vent cleanings after their negative air cleaning system. They suction everything down to a base point in your HVAC system, and then they just wheel all of that dust and dirt and debris out of your home. Now when your heat or your air conditioning kicks on, it's not blowing tons of dust, dirt, and allergens all through your home. You get the best with Zero Res, and you get a true clean with Zero Res. Tell them Rick Lukens told you to call. It's $44 a room. Minimums apply for the carpet cleaning, and you get 2 vents cleaned for free when you book a whole home vent cleaning. Just mention my name when you call Zero Res at 92 Clean. Call 92 Clean or book online at ZeroResSpokane.com. Zero Res carpets and air ducts, the right way to clean.
Missed an interview? You can hear them all at 700ESPN.com.
700 ESPN, 105.3 FM. It's Patchin and Lukens here in the Frost Brewed Coors Light studio. Before we give you our numbers, win totals for the Seahawks, and you can continue to text those in at 315-7833 on the Frost Brewed Coors Light text line. There's a couple things we want to give you. The word of the day today is Gamecocks. It's worth 10,000 bonus points. Don't forget there is a 4-pack of Mariner tickets for games on the 14th and the 15th on the Field Pass. We've had people multiple times say, hey, how come you don't give away 4 tickets to a Mariner game? We'd love to take the family. Well, now there is, and you can go to 2 games, Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and the 15th of September. You got a couple of days to sign up for that, so get on that. It's 1,000 bonus points. If you're not signed up for the Field Pass, you can sign up today if you want this and use your bonus points today to get 50,000 bonus points. That gives you 50 entries in this. You can enter as many times as you want. Don't forget, last couple of days to sign up for the golf tournament. We'll draw our final competitor coming up on next week, so you're running out of time. All summer long, since Memorial Day, we have been wearing red on Friday, and we want to remind you that we appreciate you doing that as well, or just wearing your Support Our Troops wristband. Thanks again to Global Credit Union for partnering with us for, I think, the 5th year in a row we've done this now. And it's just we wear red to thank our troops and their families for their service to our country, and we hope that you continue to do that. And we want to thank Global Credit Union for partnering with us for that, and we expect to be doing it again next year. So pretty cool.
Right. A lot of people thinking the Seahawks are going to win 10 or 11 games.
I got 10. I had 9 before the Clowney. I think Clowney, the trade for Jadeveon Clowney will give them an extra win.
Yeah, but a lot of people. 11 seems to be the number most people are settling on our text line. I'm going to stick with 12. I know that a lot of people really disagree with me on that, and I get that. But I just think this offense is much improved, and now with the addition of Clowney, and it might take a while to get going, but I mean it's just the Bengals this week, So next week it gets a little more difficult. But I just think that even they can even overcome the deficiencies in the defensive backfield because of the strength of their front seven now. So offense and improved defense, I think, is going to be really fun to watch.
Steve, what do you got? You got a number?
Man, I keep looking at the schedule, and, I go over each one. It's like, okay, win, loss, win, I don't know, maybe. And I come up with like 9 every time.
Ooh. See, my 10 wins includes 2 wins over the Rams.
Yeah, and I can't do that.
That's my bold prediction of the day.
They're going to
2
beat
wins
the Rams
over the Rams.
both times?
They will lose one game in the 4 against Arizona and San Francisco. They will lose one of those. But I got them beating the Rams twice.
I don't know how you
They're
got
gonna be
that.
up for these games.
Wow. Okay. I hope you're right. I'm not taking
I'd
that
take
leap
that.
of faith. Yeah, I would too, Steve. I'm not taking that. Wow. That is a bold prediction,
It is.
Mr. Lukens.
Yeah, you got to put it out there, man.
Just hanging it out there.
Hanging out there, Dennis, and I'm loving it.
All right. Steve, are we done?
Yeah.
No, we don't have to be. We can stay a little longer.
No, I'm getting hungry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So am I.
Yeah. I'm gonna go home and
Dennis,
order some
just,
Uber Eats.
Use the app and order something up.
You can check my phone in 6 months. There's not going to be one on there. All right, that's going to do it for our show today. Great week. Thanks for everybody for being with us. We'll be back on Monday. We'll be talking Cougars. We'll be talking Huskies. We'll be talking Vandals. We'll be talking Eagles. We'll be talking Seahawks. We might be talking the Mariners, who had a 2-0 lead in this game, and then you know what? They're down 3-2.
Yeah, that's just
Houston scored 3 in the first.
7-0 lead last night, and I saw it coming. So
good luck to the Spokane Indians tonight. Third and deciding game. They got to win tonight to stay alive and advance. If they lose, the season is over.
Go Arkansas Travelers.
That is going to do it. We'll see you on Monday at 3. We'll be live at Northern Quest Resort and Casino at Epic. We'll be there every Monday and Thursday through the football season. We'll see you then. Patchin and Lukens in the Frost Brew Coors Light Studio.
Y'all be good.
See you later.
Go Eagles.
Advance the standard.
Goodbye.
Global Credit Union would like to thank our military and their families for the sacrifices made by asking everyone to wear red on Friday this summer. Why is it red? Remember, everyone deploy. Red Friday was created to remind people of our heroes overseas. Global Credit Union invites you to show your support from Memorial Day through September 11th by wearing red every Friday. You can also pick up a Support Your Troops wristband at any Global Credit Union branch location or here at our studios. Global Credit Union wants you to know why you wear red on Fridays. Share your photos and stories by uploading them to Global's Facebook page.